you know, and it's all about negotiation. I mean, there's been times where a broker he wanted to put two pallets on my truck and wanted me to deliver it the next day, but wanted me to seal my truck. Like, dude, I'm not sealing my truck. I'm not sealing my truck for the day. No, or if you want that done, you got to pay more. Sometimes the broker pay more, sometimes they don't. And if they don't, hey, I'm putting more on this freight. You can't tell me how to run my truck. I think a lot of people are making that hard. All you gotta do is count how much space you have left on your truck and get back on the load board or whoever you're going to get more freight.
Yeah, they definitely be trying to get me. I'm like, man, no, I'm not putting no seal on my truck. You didn't pay for my whole truck. You paid for to
A
get a
space.
slot. Like they
Exactly.
try
They
they
only
try to do that. They will. Like I didn't took a seal off in front of them. I'm like, no, call the broker then, or you can get this shit off my truck. Like you said, this is my company. You're not gonna tell me what the fuck to do with this truck. If you want to pay for this truck, pay for the whole truck. You know what I'm saying? But you're not about to tell me, oh yeah, you gotta seal your truck or you want it the next day. All my partials, they 4 days, 3 to 4 days to deliver. I'm not taking no partial the next day for no 800 miles. I'm not fucking doing that. It's not gonna happen. So that's how I be though. Like, I got a little cocky, but it's just real because ain't nobody gonna take it for this rate that I'm taking it for. I'm gonna be on time and I'm gonna get it there when I tell you I'm gonna get it there. Like, your shit not gonna be damaged. A lot of people, they damage freight. Like I work with C.H. Robinson a lot, and they tell me a lot of things, because I got a broker in there that we work with a lot, and they be like, man, the freight, like the shit that I deliver a lot of glass, I deliver a lot of fragile stuff, and that be paying the most. A lot of stuff they doing claims because they breaking shit. They not strapping the freight correctly. They not, you know what I'm saying, blanket wrapping it. It's a lot of stuff that people not doing because they not educated, because they listen to, like Mark said, motherfuckers over here, all they doing is showing you how to get in a rental truck, start your authority. You not doing your research or none of that shit. So yeah, it's definitely some money in that partial game. That's where it's at. Like, cause you can't make no $2 a mile. Every blue moon, I get a $2 a mile load. But it's like I said, they desperate and it been sitting on the board or somewhere where don't nobody want to go. So I'm gonna go to them places because I know I'm gonna add that deadhead like Miami. I go to Miami in a minute, but it has to be over $2 a mile. Like, I'm not going there no less than $2 a mile. And I know coming out of Miami or Florida alone is gonna be 80 cents to $1 coming out of there. You might get lucky and get $1.50, or you might get 3, 4 partials. But most of the time, you coming out of Florida for $1, 80 cents, 90 cents, and they not budging, they standing on it. I'm like, yeah, partials. So, but I know a lot of places I would never go. Louisiana, I'm not going. Um, that's I
you
never
said
done it.
Louisiana. Yeah, that's a dead freight market, man.
I'm, I'm not going there. It's a wrap. Only way I go there, it got to be over $3 a mile because I know I'm dead here 200-300 miles to get a load. That's the only way I'll go there.
No, no West Virginia either. Fuck West Virginia.
Been having luck. I've been having good luck with West Virginia, surprisingly.
Bro,
I,
that shit's dead. Those mountains are crazy out there.
are you saying as far as driving?
Driving, the loads, the places you'll pick up, all that shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's scary out there. It's scary. But try going to the top of California. Like, that's where it gets real crazy. I
I
used to
guess
drive
I'm in the
her
sweet spot. I'm in
man.
the sweet spot. I'm Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Michigan. So I don't go nowhere. You might catch me in Tennessee. You might catch me out there sometimes. It depends, but I stay right in the gauntlet.
Yeah, that's where the money at. But I
Yeah,
try
I
to
think
go some.
that's all I run. That's definitely where the
Yeah,
money's at.
and that's where a lot of people run. But sometimes loads will take you a little farther, and I'm the driver. I'm the company that's gonna take it there, and I'm gonna run a bag up, and they be like, "Damn, how you get that?" Because shit, y'all didn't want to drive over there. A lot of people would not drive. Everybody is in this area, so that's why the loads going so fast. It's thousands, tens of thousands of people in this area. Like I literally be on the load board, refresh is gone. Like I'm talking about quick, quick. Chicago, Indiana, Ohio, PA, New York, hot spot. It's all a hot spot. Kentucky, they even on fire right now. People don't want to go to Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, stuff like that. Like I'm everywhere.
What y'all think about this whole cheap freight debacle that I've been standing on for the past shit, I don't know, I've been on a tirade. I've been on a tirade for about 2 weeks. What y'all think about that topic just in general?
What is cheap freight? Never heard of that.
Hey man, your guess is as good as mine. I've been looking for the definition. I can't find it.
Cause how's it cheap? You know what I'm saying? How's it cheap freight if I'm getting one pallet for 600 to 800? Sometimes I even got one pallet for 1800. But you can take one pallet for $600 and add more to it. You partial. So you're not just going to book a load and say, "Oh, I'm gonna get all my loads for $2 a mile." It's impossible. Yeah, you might struck gold every blue moon, but ain't no such thing as cheap freight. I'm taking all that shit. One pallet here, 600. Another pallet, 700. Another four pallets, 1,200. Yeah, I didn't drove 800-900 miles, but I'm well over $2 a mile. So it all makes sense at the end.
So let me ask you this, because I think a lot of people that complain about people taking cheap freight, I think some of these people contribute to it, not knowing that what they complaining about they actually doing. Now, I don't me personally, if you partialing and you're profiting from it, then God bless you. But I think a lot of people don't understand that if they partialing, they contributing to what they complaining about. So if they contributing to what they complaining about, that means there's something else that they not doing right that's causing them to not make money. Would you agree or would you disagree?
I agree 100%. Because when you partial, you should be well over $2 a mile. Like there's no need for you to partial and you not over $2 a mile. It makes no sense. You might as well go book a 12 pallet load and go and get your little 1,500, 1,800, or whatever the rate is. That's the whole purpose of partialing, to get over $2 a mile, because you're not going to get that. Like
So
people,
so
they capping.
so when you take a
Motherfuckers
part
saying, "Oh,
when you take a partial, you taking something that's under this so-called industry standard of $2 a mile. You may take some at $1.30, $1.25, $1.42, right? And you adding that to other shit going in a specific direction. So what I'm saying is, by taking those loads, that's contributing to what a lot of these people that are complaining about is cheap freight, but they're taking these partials as well. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to figure out what's the
You
problem.
definitely right.
So what's the problem?
I'm trying
Why?
to figure out.
Go ahead, you got it.
I feel like a lot of people saying cheap freight, and you the dummy that's sitting around waiting for that $2 a mile, and you sitting for 2-3 days. I done ran the so-called cheap freight, and I done made him near $3 a mile. Like I just did $3.45 for a little under 1,200 miles, and that was what, 2 days? Yeah, that was 2 days. So basically, I made their gas, and basically I brought home almost 2,800.
So what's your strategy?
I'm taking all the cheap freight. Y'all just let them keep sitting on it. I'm the one. Yeah, I'm taking it. Let me get that 4 pallets. Let me get them 2 pallets for 600. And half of the shit is for Sprinter vans, and you know what I'm saying, box trucks. Like I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you, Mark. I'm glad they keep doing it. Keep looking for that $2 a mile, and I'm gonna make it $2 a mile. I might
So
have to go a little extra 400-500 miles, but hey, it's worth it at the end.
so this is what I'm asking you, because people keep hollering about it, creators keep complaining about, but I don't see nobody out here really doing the research to, one, come up with a solution, and two, determine what they saying is cheap, what's causing it. So basically what you're saying is, if you partial out, you may be taking stuff less than what some people are saying is, whatever this number that people are saying is this fictitious $2 a mile number. You're taking things, you're adding them together that are going in one direction, and it's totaling up to more per mile. It may be under this fictitious or whatever this industry standard number is, but when you add on, it's benefiting you going in that direction.
Of course.
Okay. If I'm trying to verbalize it in layman's terms as possible for, people that are watching or people that are listening. Okay. All right. So
And you know another thing, like I want to say this too. It's barely tractor trailers getting over $2 a mile. What you think? You gonna just get book of one load and you gonna get
Yeah.
$2 a mile? Like tractor trailers is barely, if they going off statistics or whatever they going off of the standard, tractor trailers barely getting that 217. I just got an email. I don't know who was it through, but
The average
the
is like
monthly,
206 for a drive-in, and that's at like 40,000 pounds too.
exactly, burning more gas. Like I don't know where they getting the information from. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But tractor trailers barely getting $2 a mile. So yeah,
so you saying your strategy, you winning.
exactly.
Anybody else is
Everybody got to do what they got to do to
Go ahead, you got
survive
it.
and make it.
What's other people's thoughts? I just want to get thoughts from people that's out here, that's in the world doing it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all OTR guys, y'all out here. I'm trying to get what y'all sentiment is. Cause y'all out here right now.
Okay, okay. I got a question. I never parcel before. Like I'm very fresh at this. Like, does anybody have like a strategy or something? Like, as far as like if I was to pick up two pallets, like how would I find like what would be a good strategy? Like I pretty much know a way I can go and find something going in that area. But like if somebody has something like how would that work?
So basically, what you do is, okay. Let me get the map out real fast. I'm gonna make it so easy. Okay, so say you book two pallets, right? And let's just say they're 4 feet. So if you're in a 26-foot box truck, you got 22 feet left, and whatever they weigh, let's just say they weigh 2,000 pounds. You got 8,000 pounds, so you put in. Well, I don't go exactly to 10,000. My max is 9,500 because you also got to add in your pallet jack, how much you weigh, and gas. So you don't want to be overweight. Like that's another thing. You don't want to get caught up in that. That's a healthy fine. But yeah, you just basically put in whatever load board you're using, how much feet you got left, and how much weight you got left. Then let's just say I'm going to Chicago to New York. So for one, Chicago the hot spot. You know, that's the hot spot. Indiana, Ohio, fire, all hot. So basically, you just put in these different cities and the different states, and just as you going, you look, and it's stuff that's gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you go. As you driving, or whoever your dispatcher is, okay, I'm gonna be in Indiana in an hour. Okay, they look a little heavy. I put my deadhead for 150. Sometimes I do 200 if a lot of stuff not popping up, and you just look as you go. Chicago to New York. So you look in Indiana. First you look in Chicago, then you look in Indiana, Ohio, PA, or whatever. And that's how you do it. As you're going, you just look on the load board. You just change the city and the state, and different stuff gonna pop up.
Anybody else in the room? Y'all any thoughts on the first topic? What's y'all strategies? How y'all combating what people are considering this current trucking economy and this cheap freight? I want some other people's thoughts.
So I'm in the Sprinter van OTR. Pretty much my range is between 80 cents. So, and I load every single day. I just pick and choose which area, I want to stay in. So anything northeast from Texas is where I'm stationed. So anything northeast, I stay there all day. My strategy is I try to book a load real early so I can get to my drop off at nighttime between 12 or whatever time I got to drop off. I sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, drop off in the morning at 8. And then at that same time as I'm dropping off, I'm looking for another load to pick up at 8, 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And I just keep going. But uh, all of that cheap rate, all of that stuff, I mean, I'm getting paid my rate. Right now I picked up in South Dakota, going back home to Houston. Uh, I think it's like 1,100 and something miles. They paid me 900 for this one, puts me at 83 cents a mile. I'm happy with that because I reached my goal per day, which is over like $250 per day. So I'm good on my rates.
What you in a cargo van, right?
Yeah, I'm in a cargo van, and actually I got 4 pallets in my cargo van right now.
What kind of cargo van you got? Just for clarity for people that's watching or listening, rather, watching and listening,
I
either way.
got
You hit a dead spawn out. You hit a dead spot out there on the road. Say it again. You hit a dead spot out there. Say that. Say that one more time. We lost him. We lost him. Can y'all hear me?
One thing too that I feel like one thing too that I feel like helps a lot. Like if you already booked at like 8, 9 in the morning, your truck's full and whatnot. Like a lot of the times, you could go on the board and look for the next day and find whatever area you're going to. Pre-book from out there because there's a lot of loads that pay really really well that you'll never see because you're only looking at the loads for the day. And then there's less competition when you're looking at the loads. Okay, you're going from Chicago to New York, and then now everybody in New York's looking for loads to leave out today, but you looking for loads to leave out for tomorrow and whatnot. It's less competition. Those loads sometimes they'll stay up for like 30, 40 minutes, and that way you're set up for the next day, not having to drive and use your phone at the same time. All that shit.
Anybody else? Shark World, you want to finish your thought? I asked you what type of van. You hit a dead spot.
okay. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. You in a dead spot. We're just gonna put you on pause for a minute. You in a dead spot. Anybody else? What's some other people's strategy? How y'all out here winning right now in a trucking economy that a lot of people complaining about?
I got a question for like, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got
Go
a
ahead.
question for like the OTR drivers that are doing the partials. Do y'all? It seems I don't do partials. I feel like the key really is like being regional. If you're gonna do OTR, I believe in like just staying in a specific area. But when y'all going from like state to state across the country doing all the partials, do y'all run into a lot of issues with your truck? Is the question. That's the question I have.
Well, you run into issues going up the street. You know what I'm saying? So
Not
the
necessarily,
most.
not necessarily. If we being literal, if I'm going up the street, I ain't running into no
So you
issues.
can't get a flat
If I'm
tire.
going, if I'm going to Cali,
I'm
it's
saying you can't get a flat tire going up the street, or you can't have an oil leak. You see what I'm saying? Like it's gonna
yeah,
happen if you on the road or if you going up the street. Like long as you when you hear that ticking noise or you hear that rattling noise, just get your truck looked at. But me personally, I get my truck look. I inspect my truck every time before I start it up. When I wake up and I'm done doing my reset, I check my oil. I look under my tire, make sure I'm in my truck. I I make sure ain't nothing loose or you know what I'm saying. You just look over your truck. You do your pre-trip. So a lot of people don't do pre-trips,
right.
and
So
that saves you a lot of money. I check my oil. I check my transmission fluid. I check, make sure ain't no bolts loose. Just look over your truck because you might see something and you know what I'm saying, it can stop you from breaking down on the road. Like you see a hose or something loose or something, you know what I'm saying? So you just want to do your pre-check and that helps you out a lot. But I get my truck PM every first of the month. And I don't care if only went 8,000 miles. I'm gonna get a PM because a lot of stuff when you get your oil change and all that, get everything greased. Them mechanics, they also would tell you, oh, okay, this loud or this belt loose. You need to go ahead and get you a belt. So now you're not paying a person to come out $250 or whatever they charge it, and then by the hour, and then hook up their computer and all that. You already getting a service, and they look over your truck. Most people do that. They look
Let-
over your truck and tell you what's wrong with your truck, or this ain't supposed to be making that noise. But me personally, I don't want to get too cocky with it, because I believe in jinxing yourself, but I don't break down, because I take care of my truck. If I hear a noise, I go get it checked out. And it can save me tens of thousands by just fixing this one problem. So
right. So a PM at the first of every month. That's I ain't heard that. That sound like that's really staying on top of it. So let me ask you a question, sir. So you've been doing OTR and the partials, basically all year. Is that safe to say?
yes,
And you ain't had no
years,
major
plural.
years, and you ain't. So just say this year specifically, have you had any like major issues with your truck? Like you had to spend over 3, 5 this year?
So only issue I had an oil pan seal leak. That was about I got the oil change, and it was like, oh, your oil pan seal is leaking. So I went and got that. That was like 800. Um, I had some def issues. My def sprayer was spraying too much def, so I was burning more def. That was about another 300, 400. Um, and it's not all at once. It's just over time. And other than that, like, I ain't really had no problems, because, like I said, I drive a lot, so that's why I get my PM every month. I drive. Let's just say I drive 10,000 miles a month. So I'm I'm going to get my oil change and getting my truck looked over.
You
Some
said
people go 20, 30,000 miles and don't even get an oil change, but that's not me. That's what I do, and I know it worked, because every load that I book, I take 10% out for maintenance. So I never have to worry about if I got a big, like, if something happened, I don't have to worry about that, because I have a separate account that's strictly for my maintenance, strictly for that. And I never have to worry about nothing, because that money is in there.
so. You ain't
10% of every load, every partial, every load or whatever, it adds up. So
right.
I'm like, damn, I didn't even know I had this much money in there, because I'm just transferring it over there. So
When
yeah, that's what I do personally.
when I say like a major issue, I mean like something over 2,500 at one time hitting you, or something like 1,000 or something like that. So you ain't
Nope.
experienced anything like that.
And you know why though? Because
Because you don't do your shit.
I keep up on my truck.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
a lot of people don't. If they hear a knocking noise, they keep driving. They don't.
Because
Oh no.
even with a rental, they do the PMs like every damn near couple months, every 3 months, not every month type shit. But
That's why I
um,
probably don't got no problems like that. Because if you
yeah,
think about it, I'm gonna keep it 100. When shit adding up like that, you know what I'm saying, like an alternator or something, they 500, plus the labor and whatever. Oh yeah, I did have a damn, what is it called? Something blew out, and a bearing blew out, and that was 700. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I go get shit fixed when I hear shit. I go get it fixed. I don't wait. Oh, I'm gonna get it done next week, or hell no. When I be going down the road and I pass somebody, I'll be like, what the fuck? I know this ain't my truck. I'm talking about people shit be knocking loud. It's not supposed to sound like that. Motherfuckers just drive like they don't care. And that's why when they do go get it fixed, they gotta go spend. I seen one guy, he had a $20,000 bill, and he
that,
had to damn near get everything new. To prevent that, you could have just got, when you heard that shit, go and spend that money and be right. So that's my strategy. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah, but most business owners, they're not putting that money aside. They're not taking the time.
Exactly.
They don't have that separate account. Like I run 3 trucks every single day. Average cost of maintenance per year, like 800 a month per year. So that money just goes into a savings account. If we need it, we need it. If we don't, awesome. But most business owners aren't taking the time to do that.
and to answer your question, Mark, I knew you was looking for like another answer on that cheap freight thing.
Hmm.
I feel like it's cheap freight when the driver or the operator is taking that freight and they're operating at a loss. If that makes sense. If they're taking a route or they're taking a load and they operate and they damn near paying for that load, that's what I would consider, cheap freight, if that makes sense, more.
Would you considering it cheap
And I
freight
feel
from
like
the
if
outside?
a lot of business owners are doing that, that would hurt, you know, the industry. If
You,
and that comes from a lot of motherfuckers in this not knowing what they're doing, basically running for free.
where
That's
you?
But
my opinion on it.
Hold
why
on,
would
hold on,
you
hold on.
take a load?
Hold
Go
on a
ahead.
second. You saying from the outside looking in, you considering it cheap freight, or the individual for the specific example that you speaking on is considered cheap freight for them? Because see, for me, I would look at them. I would look at it as just stupidity. I wouldn't look at it as cheap freight. I would think that's someone that doesn't know their operational costs. And then from the outside looking in, I would just look at it as stupidity. I wouldn't look at it as cheap because someone else may be able to take that at profit. Because if that guy's taking it at a loss, to me,
Well,
it's expensive. It's not cheap.
when you ask the question like what could be considered cheap freight, that's the closest definition that I could come up with, if that makes sense. Somebody that's taking lows and they damn near operating at a loss because they don't know the numbers, or they don't know shit. If that makes sense. Does that make sense or not?
I hear what you're saying, but the reason why I've been just so adamant about standing on this shit and challenging people and going to war is because I think it's an excuse. If someone doesn't know their operational cost and they operating at a loss unknowingly, that's, to me, that's stupidity. It's ignorance from the inside and from the outside looking in, right? Now, if someone is looking at that person and saying, okay, they're taking cheap freight, right? Because their operational cost is high, but that person may be taking it at a profit, then to me, that's ignorance on that person's behalf, because they price and your price ain't the same. There, I've
And
Right.
I've
then
still I have
let me
still to find a definition on cheap, because when you break this down and you look at it, stop taking cheap freight. Stop taking cheap freight. They out there taking cheap freight. If someone takes something that's considered cheap freight and they're operating at a loss, how is it so cheap? If
Well, see,
I
that's what
get
we mean by
if I
that's why we
purchase
mean
something,
that's what I mean.
if I take something and I get value for it, there's some type of value in it that I'm receiving from it, and I get a deal on it, but I'm getting value from it on a deal, that's considered cheap when you look at the definition. Now, if I take
Yeah.
something that's costing me money, which means I'm getting no value from it, how is it cheap? To me, it's costly. So if it's costly, how can it be cheap if I'm gaining no value, no monetary value? How is it cheap?
It basically it's cheap because you ain't getting shit from it. Basically, you're not getting no value. I mean, that's what
So
makes it cheap.
so so so
Basically.
so if you run a load and you take a loss on it, it's cheap.
Nah, it's a loss, but if there's enough people doing that, wouldn't it hurt the overall numbers for everybody else?
No, supply and demand. See what the next person is doing.
Just by
To,
motherfuckers, just by just by motherfuckers operating by not knowing what they doing. Basically, what I'm saying is motherfuckers, too many people operating, not knowing what they doing is hurting the numbers for everybody else. A person that's talking about cheap freight, that's what they're pretty much saying, in my
you from
opinion.
you from
so
you from hold on. You from Chicago?
No, I'm from North Carolina.
All right. So look, so supply and demand dictates the market, right? It's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers in a lot of different industries doing dumb shit.
Right.
When you come into business, you have to account for all that shit. You have to account for the people that can leverage themselves better than you. You have to account for people who bag is different than yours. You got to account for people that are more experienced than you. You have to account for all that. So you also have to account for stupidity as well, which means you have to come into the industry understanding what you're getting into and being able to compete regardless of what the next motherfucker. I can't worry about what the next motherfucker doing. Ain't no way on God's green earth I'm gonna sit on the internet and complain about what the next motherfucker doing, because I'm out here trying to win. I don't care what the next. They could, when a motherfucker is operating at a loss unknowingly, that's their personal problem. It has nothing to do with me. So that's their problem. They're a detriment to themselves, not the industry. What dictates the industry is supply and demand. What I don't understand is when the pandemic was here and volume was high, no one was complaining about all this extra money they was making. When those lows were paying sky high, I didn't hear nobody complaining. Now that the volume is down and there's still lingering capacity, everybody's pointing the finger. Everybody always points the finger when they go out and do shit that's not in their best interest. It's the next person's fault. It's the next person's fault. No, it's your individual fault.
Right. And a lot of those people come from Amazon too.
I
Like
can't
myself.
I
A lot of
can't I
those
can't I can't say that. You can't put that just on people who
well,
ran for Amazon.
well, the people that I say, that I see, a couple people I see talking about it on YouTube is more like Amazon. So you can see like on Amazon specifically, like I only do Amazon. Like I'm new to the industry. I'm one of the newbies. I only do Amazon. That's not a good thing. I'm trying to get away from that. But specifically with Amazon, they only pay one way. So, when the lows, when the lows are getting low during like the off season with Amazon, you have motherfuckers taking lows one way, 300 miles for $2. We they ain't got shit coming back. Coming back. They taking that load for $1. So that's in that scenario right there. That's why a motherfucker would call that cheap freight. You see what I'm saying? Because that load, people taking it for $2 when it should be going for, 350 or whatever.
But how do you figure it should be going for that? What determines what it should be
Well,
going for?
a person's numbers, right? So
What do you mean?
cost per mile, uh, based on the person's expenses, is what makes it cheap. Going 300 miles for $2 one way. Say if I'm in Pittsburgh right now. If I catch a load going 300 miles away from Pittsburgh, and this is my base in Pittsburgh, right? If I catch a load going 300 miles away from Pittsburgh for $2, and I got to drive back to Pittsburgh, then that makes it cheap. Or obviously, I'm pretty much operating at a loss for the most part.
So if you operate at a loss, how is it cheap?
Shit.
What value
Okay.
did you get for a very low price to consider it cheap?
Well, you see, the thing is, your CPM, in my opinion, you tell me, I'm open, I could be wrong, but a CPM can only get but so low. You know what I'm saying? It can only get but so low. So
I'm laughing at something
there
else.
should be an
Go ahead.
average.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
CPM could get but so low. In my opinion, I don't give a fuck what your CPM is. You shouldn't be going 300 miles away from the crib and driving back for $2 a mile. I mean, am I wrong in saying that?
But you shouldn't drive back to the crib empty either, though. Why
Right.
is this bad business?
That's what a lot of people are doing. You driving
So
250.
they doing dumb shit.
They doing dumb shit.
But
That's
okay,
on
that's
them.
cool. But if you so first of all, you
A
got to
lot of
be
that
making.
goes on Amazon. That's where that cheap
But but but
that
but but
term
see
comes from.
you
Well,
gotta this goes back to what I'm saying. You gotta understand what you investing in. until recently, Amazon didn't require, now they got this 180-day thing, but still a person whose authority is 6 months old is still a very novice entrant into this industry. It's still a novice.
Right.
You don't have people that
You
are
right.
coming into Amazon. You don't see an overabundant. I'm not saying that everybody over there isn't been in the trucking industry for, an abundance of years. But on the grand scheme of things, when you look at the most people over there, it's a bunch of novice. Would you agree or would you disagree with that?
Oh no, I definitely agree. That's how
Okay.
I got in
So
the industry as a
so so
novice. You know what I'm
so
saying?
so if you are entering into an industry and you're going into a particular lane or dealing with this particular industry as far as Amazon is concerned, and the cesspool over there are inexperienced people, what you expect? There's a bunch of inexperienced, and I'm saying not everybody over there is this, but there's a huge cesspool of people over there that are inexperienced in this industry.
And yeah,
So
I'm
you
just asking. Come.
no, and I'm giving you the information, but we kicking it. I'm giving you the full context.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I get what
See,
you're saying.
because
Oh
you
no, no,
knew.
I'm with you.
So
Yeah.
here's what I'm trying to explain to
Go ahead.
you. When I see people complaining about they, regardless of who they is, it just lets me know that that's a person who is making poor decisions or who don't know their operational costs. Because if you make great decisions, right, and you know your operational costs, you understand what you invested in, you know the market going to fluctuate. You're going to be prepared regardless. Just like the analogy I gave the other day. When I'm driving down the street, I don't keep looking straight ahead. When I hit an intersection, I'm covering the brake. I'm looking left and right. Why? Because I have to be a defensive driver. I have to look out for the next guy. Right? I can't just trust that this motherfucker ain't gonna come through this red light and hit me. I'm covering the brake when I'm going through a green light. At least in my market, because people here don't stop at red lights. They don't stop at stop signs, none of that shit. All right. So I'm being a defensive driver, right? Because I got insurance, but who wants to go through all that shit? Right? So it's the same thing coming in business. I don't think that when I get in business, it's just gonna be, the sun is gonna be out and the flowers are gonna bloom every day. I understand that there's going to be dark days. I'm prepared for everything. I'm not going to put myself in a situation so that if the market turns, I'm going to be out here complaining about the next man. I'm still in a position to win. I may not be making the profit that, let's say, I was making, let's say, during a period like 2021. But in this economy, because I set myself up to win, because I understand what I invested in, I'm still making profit. It's just not as much profit that I'll be making in, a better economy, or when the multitude of people that are in the industry are coming from a background of experience, so on and so forth. Most of the people that's complaining are making poor decisions, or they don't know what it costs to operate. Not everybody that pointing at that's saying it's taking this cheap freight is taking it at a loss. It's people that is taking freight that they would consider cheap that's winning with it. And then they're getting mad at these people because they're in a better position than them. That's business. It's competition. Now, some people saying it ain't competitive. You take what you want. You don't take what. Fine. That's your personal prerogative. Everybody has their prerogative. But you can't be a business person and place the blame. For instance, if you're a business guy, you consider yourself a businessman.
Yeah.
All right. You got some money. You want to open a general merchandise store. You open a general merchandise store. It's a Walmart 10 miles from you. You gonna sit up and complain that
I ain't opening
Walmart
up.
is selling? Hold on. So is it Walmart's fault that they got more leverage than you? You ain't gonna open up, right? If you a smart business person, you would know better than to open up, right? Or if you did open up, understanding that, listen, Walmart getting this shit for a fraction of the cost. Is there a way that I can purchase general merchandise, consumer goods, essentials for cheaper than Walmart so that I can be able to compete. This is the research that you're going to be doing prior to getting into that business, right?
Right.
It's the same thing in trucking. It's free
I feel you.
enterprise. Check this out. Let's use that same
Yeah.
example. Walmart can operate at a loss purposely for a long time. Would you say,
Hell
man,
yeah.
y'all selling cheap merchandise? Y'all selling cheap merchandise. They selling it cheap, taking a loss for a reason. Whether they doing it ignorantly or whether they doing it purposely. If that's what they want to do, whether they doing it purposely or not knowing, they can do it. And if that affects you, then guess what? It's free enterprise. Only thing that complaining ain't going to get you nothing.
And if it affects me, I ain't doing something right. It's what you're saying.
You got to know what you're getting into before you get into it. It's people winning.
Right. Okay.
Not everybody is complaining. What I'm trying to educate people to do is understand what they invest in. See, the problem is a lot of people don't understand what they invest in. They're not taking the time. They're not doing their cost per mile, whether they know arithmetic or don't. Like we was talking about earlier, they not planning their routes. They just looking at a load board, seeing a specific number, going, picking it up, dropping it off, not understanding if it's costing them or not. Because somebody told them they could make $1 million with a truck. So those are the individuals that are complaining.
Question mark. If you got a whole lot of people doing what you just said, would that affect the overall? Would that fuck up the numbers for everybody else?
Which I said a
If you
bunch
got
of
enough
stuff.
people. No.
I said a lot.
Well,
So
no. What
which
you
part?
the last thing you just said, a motherfucker just seeing a number on the board, just they see 600 and they go do it even though they
No,
losing.
that's
If
fucking
you
it
got
up.
enough,
That's fucking it up for them. It ain't fucking it up for the person who know what they doing.
what I'm saying, if you got a lot of people doing that in the industry, do you think that would affect the industry in a negative way as a whole?
Well, how's they surviving if they're not making money? How's they running a company?
Oh well, you see trucks for sale, motherfuckers going out of business.
So
If you watch
that's
March,
good.
you yeah, you right, it
That's
is.
good. So let
It
them
is.
keep taking that cheap freight that they calling it or whatever, or whatever. If you're running at a loss and you're not making money, how's your business running? So people got to think about that. Like you can't just put a driver in there and you're not making money. What you're getting loans. Eventually that shit gonna run out. So they got to be doing something right if they still running. Like
Right.
so, it's not cheap to them. Your cost might be $1.50 a mile. My cost might be 80 cents or $1. You see what I'm saying? Everybody cost per mile is different. They can't be taking cheap freight and they're still running 2, 3 years later or a year later. Like it's impossible. So that's
I,
why I was trying to figure out from the get go, if they're not making money, how's they still in business? Like you
well,
gotta make money no matter what. You gotta make money to survive. If we had a lot of money like that, you wouldn't be in this business. So,
you see
I just wanted to chime in on that one.
a lot of motherfuckers in and out though. Like if you just
That's
watch
good.
Mark Channel, a lot of motherfuckers in and out.
That's gonna always happen. It's gonna always be people coming in and out. That's why when I hear people saying they waiting for things to go back, listen. It ain't gonna be. Ain't no go back. I hate when people say that shit, especially when they got gray hairs and they about my age or older. They've lived long enough to see that things never go back. I'm 44. Nothing never goes back. So when I see an old motherfucker that's older than me or my age, that's a motherfucker that's lost. Like Buddy ass that went the other day and spent all that money on that truck. He's old. He's older than me. If he's been trucking Yeah, he might be my age because shit. Let me see. I graduated high school, so we might be about the same age. He might be a little bit older, right? But he's lived through a few recessions. He's lived through a few recessions that he should see the indicators. There's no reason he should have went out and did what he did. He's lived long enough. If he's been trucking for 25 years, then guess what? He started trucking in the 90s. So he remembers when diesel was 99 cents, because I remember it. To where diesel cost is now. So he should know that shit doesn't go back. So for that motherfucker to say that ignorant ass shit the other day, it just lets me know what the fuck has he been doing for the past 25 years. So am I supposed to feel bad for a person like him who admittedly been in trucking 25 years, old enough to see different recessions, old enough to be able to see different indicators to understand what's about to come, to go out and make that ill-advised purchase and then sit here on this guy's channel and ask for fucking handouts? Fuck you. You show me a motherfucker that's sitting on the internet complaining, I'm gonna show you a motherfucker that makes bad decisions or don't know they cost, or a combination of both. Whether they're making bad personal or bad business, or a combination of both, don't know they cost, or a combination of all three, or mix and match. However you want to swing it, it's gonna be one of the three, or all of them. And I keep showing it. Life is about choices and decisions. When you come in business, it's the same shit. I don't feel bad for a motherfucker like that. I come into business to win. I know it's cutthroat. I know I'm dealing with the competition, the motherfuckers that work for me, spying and snooping, and man, dog, man, we done did 3 moves for Mark. Man, you know what? Because the lead guy on the job, he doing the invoice. So he already know what we charge, and they know what the cost is per hour. They know what they get paid. So they know what's left over. Shit, how much you get paid? Well, man, Mark paying me 20. He paying me 20. So that's 60. He charging $300 an hour. So that means he making $240 an hour plus the truck cost times how many trucks? Oh man, Mark rich than a motherfucker, man. So then they start counting your pockets. I'm just telling you everything that I've been through. So you competing against this motherfucker, then you competing against the people working for you, working long enough to steal the sauce to try to run out and steal your customers. So then I gotta step on. I gotta step on their neck. So you have to be prepared for all of this shit.
Can I ask the partial guy in transportation? It ain't showing his complete name, but can I, if you don't mind me asking, bro, you ain't got to answer. About how much we looking at, like average gross of OTR partial? Because it sounds like you doing shit the right way.
Fuck grossing. I'm gonna tell you what I net, and every week is different. But I'm bringing in. Okay, let's just say this week. I don't really want to say the number, but I brought in 5 bands this week. After I paid my dispatching, I paid my factoring costs. I brought 5 because I had some good parts. You know, I had some $3 or more. You know, for 2 days I had over $3 a mile because I'm partial. But on the average, I'm bringing 2,500 a week or better. That's what I'm bringing home every week.
You can't really get the full story unless
what you need to know
with the gross. So I'm saying, if you're saying 25, can I say average of gross about 5 or 6?
Let's just say 6,500 or more.
Okay, gross. Okay, and that's the average.
That's the average.
Okay, I'm new to the industry, so okay. So all the questions I ask is for education purposes, bro. So
hold on.
You,
Let me break it down to you. I'm gonna make it a lot more easier.
okay.
Do 6,000 divided by 5 because on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday
Hmm?
you might get a load. You
Yeah.
might get a load. Sunday you ain't getting nothing. So on that Friday, 9 times out of 10, that's your long haul load. But just do 6,000 divided by 5. That's $1,200. So I'm picking up. I might pick up one pallet for $1,200, or I might pick up four. Every week gonna be different. So you just gotta add it. Do your math and okay, I want to gross at least $6,000 a week. But like I said, I might have fucking 5 loads on my truck, and I'm averaging 8,500, 7,500. You see what I'm saying? So it's not hard to hit these numbers. You gotta have your parcel game down. You know what I'm saying? It might take you a whole week to deliver everything, or it might take you 4 days. It might take you 3 days. Because a lot of my loads, I've been getting lucky. They've been 30 minutes apart. They've been up the street, 3 miles apart, or 30 miles apart. So my lows like this week, it been pretty good. Like it's not like this every week. So I'm not gonna say that. It's not like that every week.
Okay. All right. Say about six.
I got a question. I got a question for you too. I don't want to call you the parcel guy. What's your name?
I ain't gonna just put transportation boys. I ain't gonna put my name on here.
Oh, okay. Transportation boy. Is that what you said?
Transportation boys.
Okay, transportation
I got
boys.
four
Okay,
boys, so that's where I came up with that name.
okay, great. That's great. My name's Jonathan.
Okay,
That,
what's up? What's
that
up?
ain't too much. That parcel, like it sounds pretty interesting. The question I got a question for you when it comes to like, okay, just say I'm picking up a parcel. Just just saying,
Hmm.
it's it'll be pretty much impossible for me to take that parcel, being that it delivers next day, right?
So you don't take parcels that deliver the next day, because why would I take a load that's going 800 miles and you don't got no time? So why would you take a load that's the next day? That's not a partial. If they want it to be the next day, pay me for the next day. Like, this not how you got the leverage. They should move. You got the truck. So you pick the terms. Yeah, some motherfuckers be like, oh no, somebody else do it. I guarantee if you can look on there and see how long that load been on there. So if a load, I feel like, to me, if a load been on a load board more than 2 hours, something wrong with it. So let me call and figure out what's going on. Oh, it got to be touched. A lot of people don't want to touch freight. I touch damn near 80% of my freight on my truck. I'm using a pallet jack. I'm stacking loads on top of, I'm stacking a pallet on top of another pallet if it can be stacked. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of loads, like, I don't even deal with loads that say, oh, it got to be the next day. Shit, you might as well get you a full load if it need to be there the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to deal with loads like that. And then they'd be like, oh well, I called them and they said it can be there in 3 days. 9 times out of 10, the broker is lying, bro. 9 times out of 10. Just like we lie and say we an hour away, 30 minutes away, they lying too. So don't fall for that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the upper hand. Don't take no load if it gotta be delivered the next day and they not paying you, because that's called a hot load. That's what I call hot loads. They want it the next day. I done took one pallet for $1,800 going, was it like 600 miles. They needed it right there. It was a race car motor. I still got pictures in it. You know what I'm saying? Pictures of it. It was a race car motor for when they was having that little racing thing. I think it was in Detroit, Michigan. And I was in Memphis or somewhere in Tennessee. I think it was Memphis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Was it?
at. That's where I'm at now.
So it was a hot load, and they said, "Man, listen, we need it there in the morning. If you can't do it, like they have stipulations. Okay, we gonna fine you because that's why we paying you this much." And they asked for a team, just in case. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it because you can tell them, okay, what about I deliver it in 2 days? You can tell them, motherfucker, okay, I want to deliver it in 2 days. Can it be delivered Friday? They say no. 9 times out of 10, they gonna email you back saying, okay, I can get it. Can you deliver it Wednesday? But if it ain't giving you 3 days to 2 days, 2 days the least. But you want to get 2 to 3 days, you know what I'm saying, each parcel. If it's the next day, don't even deal with it. Don't even waste your time if they're not paying.
So transportation. Um, the key pretty much is to get some time when you booking those parcels on your first parcel. The key pretty much is to get you 2 or 3 days, so you'll have a little lenience to look for other parcels. Am I correct?
Correct. And you only can drive. You only can drive what 10 and a half hours, which is 30 minutes. So you gotta take your 10 out, your reset. So you also gotta tell them like, man, what you want me to drive illegal? You gotta hit them with that. Like, man, you think I'm gonna drive 1,200 miles the next day? No, fuck no. You out your rabbit ass mind. I tell them that all the time, not in those words, but no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, you want me to run illegal? Like, no, hell no. So you gotta hit them like, man, it's impossible. A lot of loads be on that load board. They be like, oh, we want it the next day. How? How am I gonna drive 14 hours in one day? You tell me that legally. I'm not doing it. I need 2 days.
Yeah, I think it depends where you're at too, because I usually run like I'm in Chicago a lot. Like I'll do like Chicago to Columbus. Like if you get a partial going from Chicago to Columbus, that's like 400 miles. They paying you like 600. You easily gonna find something that's going to Ohio within like 50 to 100 miles. You could add that on there too. So for like 400 miles, you could be getting like 1,200 easily. It just really, really depends where you're at and what lanes you run.
Yeah, you definitely right on that. Yep.
Oh,
So
okay.
so easy. Do you stay in a specific area in the country, or do you go like anywhere type shit?
I only run Midwest to Northeast, like Chicago, Indiana, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio, PA, New York, Maryland. Only over there. I don't go to like CT, Massachusetts, all that shit. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. If
And
I'm
you don't go
going
to
from
New
Chicago,
York?
no, I go to New York if the
Okay.
money's right. It just got to make sense because you could take a partial to New York and then you got a drop in New Jersey too, and then with that area you could pick up from New York, you could pick up from New Jersey, you could pick up from York, PA, all over there, going back to Columbus, going back to Chicago, all that shit.
So
Usually like that. Go ahead.
would you consider what you do regional?
I mean, I consider it regional, but it's two regions. It's Midwest and it's Northeast.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's the same thing I do. But sometimes I go down. I go south.
If the number's right,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
I mean,
okay, so
it
look,
makes
I'm gonna
sense.
tell you something. Like a lot of people
Consider it regional, but
say
it's two regions. It's Midwest and Northeast.
the Midwest, that's where everybody wanna be at. So that's why a lot of loads are going so fast. About time you email or call, the load gone. That's because there's so many people in that area. The Midwest is the hot spot. That's where everybody want to be at. I'm going where don't nobody want to go. So I don't know. Somebody talking.
Hey, hey, moving company hustle. Need you to
Somebody
mute
need
up.
to mute up.
Moving company hustle. Moving company hustle. Need you to mute up. All right.
I think they
Hold on.
actually
Hold on.
trying to talk to us. They shit just fucked up.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You guys got it.
I
You got
think
the floor.
somebody watching it on YouTube with their mic on.
No, you got the floor. You got the floor. You got the floor.
Oh yeah, but yeah, man, like
Oh no, 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 no. It's Velocious Logistics. Velocious Logistics. You got to mute. Velocious Logistics. You got to mute. Velocious Logistics. Can the moderator mute him, please, and then send a message to him? Can a moderator mute him, please? Thank you. All right, you can finish your thought. You can finish your thought. Who was ever in the middle of a thought, you can go ahead and finish it.
yeah, basically what I was saying though, like man, I'm I'm going wherever that money take me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is in this area, so certain loads going to Texas. Like a lot of people sleep on Texas. Texas got hella loads coming out of there, partials, let alone like I had 1 week. I don't even want to tell y'all. Y'all wouldn't even believe me, but it was just crazy ass numbers. Yeah, it took me a 7 day period. Matter of fact, I might even went on to like Monday or Tuesday. But Texas have a lot of lows too. So you know what I'm saying? You just gotta try. Whatever worked for you, man. Don't do what another person telling you or recommending. Do what works for you. I'm doing what works for me, and I've been doing it, you know what I'm saying, going on what? Almost 2 years under my own company. So it's like, man, just do what works for you. Cause something
Damn,
we can
bro.
have the same route, same everything, and it might not work for you. So
Man, I'm
that's
going
what
on
I recommend.
years. I call myself a newbie. I thought you said years, bro. I thought you were talking about 3, 4, 5 years. You talking about to be
Huh?
2 years? I said I'm a newbie. I'm about to be at 2 years. I'm thinking when you said years, I'm thinking you was talking about 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
So
You
far
talking?
as running under my own business, under
Oh,
my
okay.
own MC, it been 2 years. But far as driving and working for other companies and dispatching and all that, it been 10 plus.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
far as being a business owner, 2 years.
Okay, cool.
All right. Anybody? All right. Anybody else got any thoughts on that? The current topic as far as the cheap freight, the whole cheap freight debacle.
Okay, with the partial thing, um, if it if I'm running at $3 and it takes me 3 days, um, versus me doing $1.50 and do 2 trips, like what's the difference in that? I'm just asking the question, like, what's the difference in the money between those 3 days? Like, is it any difference in that?
Man, bro. Man.
Yeah,
You
it's gonna
just
be a difference. It all depends what you getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't took loads that I shouldn't have took, and it took me 3 days. Versus I could have just took one small load here, got me over there, one small load over here. So, sometimes, like I said, it ain't always good. That's why you stacking for when you have. I done had a week where I only had two loads. I only made only gross $3,000. You know what I'm saying? Just because shit, we wasn't getting no loads. So it ain't always gonna be good, but you wanna. So what I try to do is drop off every day, or at least every other day. And that's how my system is. So like right now it's Friday. I know my load going to wherever I'm going, I'm gonna drop off Monday. Sometimes I might drop off on Saturday if they open. But from Monday I pick up, I drop off Tuesday. Tuesday I pick up and I just do it like that. You know what I'm saying? I try not to have freight on my truck more than 2 days. Because my goal is to make $500 to $1,000 a day. That's my goal. Like I heard one guy saying $500 a day ain't no money. That's $2,500 a week, $10,000 a month. So that's good money to me because I don't know no job that's paying you 2,500 a week.
Yeah, now we back to net and gross. Now 2,500
I'm talking
net
about
is
netted,
yeah,
net.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Gross. Of course,
Well,
it got to
see,
be more than that. I'm talking about net. Bring it home. What's going in my pocket after I pay my expense, my overhead.
that five hundred
Hey,
dollars a day gross ain't no money, bro. In my
What
opinion,
a day?
gross 500
Huh?
gross
Oh yeah.
gross that ain't no money, bro.
Net.
That's probably what
Oh,
they was
you
talking
definitely
about.
right. I'm talking about net.
it ain't no money in what aspect? What you doing to gross that 500?
I gotta mute up real fast. I got
See,
a
shit,
phone call on my
I'm
business.
Amazon, and I'm trying to see at least 8 a day.
Doing what? Doing what?
Between
Doing
8
what? Doing what?
Amazon. I'm doing Amazon.
Hey, Easy, I saw you wanted to get
Amazon. Can
in
you
on.
hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, Easy, I see you wanted to get in on that last question from I think it was 1810 Financial. Go ahead, the floor is yours. Hey, Easy, I see you tried to unmute and answer that last question from 1810 Financial. The floor is yours if you still want to speak on it. That question that 1810 Financial had about the partials. All right, T Mac, go. You can finish your thought. You said you was doing Amazon and you looking to make $800 gross a day.
8 to 12. 8 to 12. And see, that's the only way I can see, see what I need to see and do what I need to do. Because I'm in this fucking rental. You know, I'm in this fucking rental. But yeah, that's what I need to see to be able to at least, take care of my family, take care of personal shit.
How far away are you getting out of that rental? How
Yeah.
far away are you from you getting out of that rental?
Whew, boy, the plan is to be out of this motherfucker in September, Mark. To be honest with you, I started in January of last year, and I started January last year, bro. If I'm still in the rental through January, I would have paid these folks $100,000. I'm talking about that's 4 trucks cash right now. You know what I'm saying? So
So
that's what's getting me out. I kind of like I said, I only do Amazon, and I kind of figured out a little formula with Amazon where I can see what I need to see, but it's
but
the rental that's really holding me back, really.
but see, you a great case study because you came in and you was very adamant about the whole cheap freight thing. So we could use you as a case study. You a great example.
Oh man, oh shit, here you go.
You you
Nah,
you
I
you
wasn't
you
adamant.
you a
I was
great.
just trying to.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I
Go
was
ahead, I'm
just trying to put
listening.
a definition to it. I was just trying to put like, yeah, I was just trying to put like a meaning to what they mean. Like, what you right, Mark? It ain't no definition for cheap freight, but I was just trying to give an explanation on the people that are making that excuse. That's kind of what I think. That's kind of what I thought what they was talking about.
See how much money
But
you gotta
I
make.
get what you're
See how
saying,
see
bro.
how much money you gotta make. See how much money you got to make. 8 to 1,200
You
running
saying see how
running one lane with Amazon, because I'm assuming you don't want to go over the road. It sounds like, or you might have mentioned that you got what, a family at home, kids and stuff, probably some small school age children.
Mark? I ain't seen my kids since the first week of June.
Oh, so you OTR.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you
So
can call it that. See, when I say
wait,
a
wait.
formula, I basically found a little area. I found a little. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I didn't hear you. Go ahead. You got it. You got the floor.
I
Listen,
basically found a little area to work off of. I'm about to say trap off of, but I found a little area to work off of, and basically I found a little formula. I mean, with Amazon, man, they got so much freight. You can kind of create your own lane if you got to take the time and study the load board. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I did. I studied the load board and I found an area that I can sit in and basically see the numbers that I want to see.
So are
Well,
you
how many
making that?
loads are you running
Go ahead.
to make this $800 to $1,200 a day?
Hey T Mac, the floor is yours. He asked you how many loads are you running to make that $800 to $1,200 a day doing Amazon. T Mac. Uh,
My bad, I had got a call. That shit knocked me off. But the answer to this question is two, and then it's two, and if I'm seeing that 1,200, it's gonna be three. But and now I'm running now, but it's a certain way you got to book them, you know. But if I'm doing it too, I don't want to give my strategy up, but I don't, what's for me is for me. But I
hold
just
on, I
do
got
a post office route, and after I've done the post office, I just do an Amazon to Amazon
I got a question for you
to
and
answer your
someone else.
question.
And I got a question for you and someone else in the chat has the same question or a similar statement that coincides with my question. How consistent are you making this $800 to $1,200 a day running Amazon?
Pretty consistently, believe it or not. I mean, all year. I mean, see, okay, y'all don't have my information, so I mean, I did. I started January last year. I did I did 150 with just Amazon, and then this year I'm on track to do 250.
So you grossing that, you spending about a $50,000 a year renting a truck.
Just on rental. Yep. About 40 40 between about 45 a month. About 1,100 a week.
So you saying you grossing 250 with just you and one truck, just doing Amazon, nothing else.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Now I'm running now. I'm running. All right. I'm working my ass off, and I I study the load board. Like you got to spend time on the load board. Like Amazon they're not short of business. You know what I'm saying? So they got lanes. It's just you got to kind of figure out how to make it work.
So here's the question I got for you. I've been trying to sit back and for the most part, when
So
I host
basically,
these
when I
panels.
first started my first year, it was kind of like I was able to stay at home and kind of make that money. No. When I first started off, I wasn't making that. It took me about 6 months to kind of figure it out. But once I figured it out, the numbers got horrible in my at the crib, right? So then I went to looking at other areas, and I found an area to where really like when I found this area, it was kind of like I found it in February. Right after Christmas when the shit is kind of slow. And when I identified this area, the numbers was still high. Well, so I went to that area and I kind of figured out that in this area, that kind of the rates are a good rate, kind of damn near year round. Well, no, I shouldn't say year round. Since I've been up here, I came up here in February. Since I've been up here in February, the numbers have been good enough for me to make that number that I'm trying to make, if that makes sense.
I think there's a lot of people trying to figure out how you making that much doing Amazon when a lot of people complaining about it. So I mean, even you kind of was.
Well, see, people ain't willing to. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But because you when you first came up, you was kind of your conversation was leading more towards the whole cheap freight thing. But you sound like you making money. So I mean, if you're making that much money running Amazon, based on how you start the conversation, it makes you even more of a great case study.
Right. So now I was
Because
speaking more. I'm 8 hours from my crib, right? So it's the reason why is because for Amazon, I don't know what the fuck they doing. I live in North Carolina. In North Carolina, I don't know what the fuck, how the fuck they operating with Amazon in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? The rates are horrible. So yeah, shit don't even hit 250 a mile back there. So I don't even know how motherfuckers is making it when like I said, they one way. But yeah.
hey, Bill Bob, you got to
But no,
mute
no.
up.
See, I wasn't complaining.
Hold on, Bill Bob, you
I
got to
wasn't
mute up.
complaining about the.
Bill Bob, mute up.
Yeah, I wasn't. I
Hold on,
wasn't
hold on, sec.
complaining about the
Hold on
cheap
a
freight.
second,
I
T
ain't
Mac.
no.
T
Okay.
Mac, hold on.
Okay.
Hey, Bill Bob, mute up. Hey, can a mod, if he don't mute up in like 5 seconds, can somebody mute him up? Bill Bob, mute up. Can a mod mute him up, please? Hey, who's in here? Can we mute him up, please? Yo, can we mute him up? Thank you, please, thank you, because I can't do it hosting. Let me see, where we at? T Mac, go ahead. You can finish your thought.
Yeah, I was just saying I wasn't complaining about the cheap freight thing. I ain't no complaining ass nigga. I don't believe in that shit. But yeah, I was just trying to give an explanation on what someone could mean by cheap freight from my perspective, like based on my experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, just on the Amazon load board, I know, I'm seeing people, you see people constantly take loads that they're not making no money if they're going one way, right? And, they take them all day long. So
But
that's where a person could,
how
create the
you know?
narrative in their mind of
How
cheap
you know
freight.
that? How you know they're not making no load? And how you know when they go that one way, it's not something nearby that they picking up, coming back or going somewhere else?
Because, so you take my area in North Carolina specifically, there's a lot of rural areas, ain't shit in a lot of these towns that you're delivering to. So Amazon, in the what's populated cities, Amazon have their delivery centers, to deliver their shit.
But when you deliver into these post offices, you deliver into the middle of fucking nowhere where the delivery vans can't go to. See what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if you know anything about trucking, 9 times out of 10, these people they're going one way and coming back.
So, but that annoys you though, right?
But again,
That annoys you, right?
I see. I Fuck yeah, it did. Yeah. See, at first, when I first started, when I didn't know any better. See, when I first started, my nigga, I used to be on the Facebook groups talking shit about them people. You know what I'm saying? And if you go on these Facebook groups, you see a lot of that shit. But I don't do that shit no more. It's been a while. It's not a good place for my energy to go. But
But
because I
here's the
ain't
thing
got
with
no
you.
business
Do
doing
you,
100% Amazon.
you
Go
would have
ahead.
never thought about them though. This is the point I'm trying to make. You know where a big portion of your money is going?
Oh, my money going to the rental company. I
Exactly.
know where my money going.
So, cause that it's a lot of people
Yeah,
that can compete better than you. It's a lot
for
of people
sure.
that don't need to make that much money.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the only reason. Yeah. See, that's the reason why I haven't seen my kids in damn near going on 3 months, and the reason why I have to see those numbers is because of this rental. I can't even have a fucking bad week. You know what I'm saying? It's because of this rental. So by God's grace, I found this area that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm one of the ones, bro. When you said case study, I'm one of the ones that learned this shit off YouTube, bro. And jumped in the rental, and hopped on the road. And the only thing that's keeping me going is my work ethic, and me, taking the time to learn how to make the money. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that's keeping me going.
How much money are you bringing home a week? How much money are you netting?
A week,
Mm-hmm.
about that 2 to 25, 2,000 to
2,500.
25. Yeah,
How much are you grossing?
it varies. It varies. An average. If I was to give you an average, about 5. Now
You
my
grossing
goal is to see
you
eight.
grossing
Now my
five
goal
you
is to
grossing
see 800 to
5,000 a week?
1,200.
You grossing 5,000
I
a
don't
week
see that
running
every. Of
Amazon?
course, I don't see that every day. You know what I'm saying? But I see that most of the days. Basically, I do a post office route for 400 to 500, and I do Amazon. And I follow that up with an Amazon for 2 to 3.
You grossing 5,000 a week consistently running Amazon Relay.
Yep. Yep.
So,
See here.
so are you in another state doing Amazon Relay?
Yes, I'm in another state. I'm from North Carolina, and there's people
And
dropping
you
off.
sleep in your truck, or you
It's
sleep in a hotel?
both. I do both.
Let
I
me
do
ask you
both.
this. Let me ask you this. So you saying you grossing 5. So you telling me you working on a 50% profit margin on average a week? Yes?
About 40 to 50. Yeah.
All right. So if you bringing home 2,500, that's 10 grand a month. How much is your that's what you bringing home, right?
Right.
See, I was trying not to go this route, but what's how much your living expenses? How much are your living expenses a month?
Well, okay. Now hold on. Now I ain't seeing that. I ain't netting up 10 every month. We can guarantee about 8 every month. Most of the time, I'm around that 8 to 10 number.
Okay.
But to answer your question, I got two kids under 3, and my old lady don't work.
Bill Bob, can somebody please mute Bill Bob? I can't do it from because I'm hosting and I don't want to dig for Can a moderator please, even if you watching on YouTube, can you log in over here? All right, there you go. Never mind, he muted. So you got 2 kids and you got a wife that don't work. All right, you got the common blueprint for, and I'm
Hey
not being
man, thank
funny,
you for
bro.
showing up this week.
I'm not being funny, but you got the common blueprint
My
for
girl,
a lot of people.
they
Hey,
out
hold
there, bro.
on, hold on. Hey, oh 04, listen, can somebody
You
mute
were
oh
yeah, that
04
too, bro. You
AJ?
got low.
Oh 04 AJ, oh 04 AJ, you got to mute
I'm
up,
gonna take that
please.
paper to you, buddy. Mike,
Oh 04, oh 04 AJ, oh 04 AJ, you got
Mike
to mute.
Angelo.
Hey, I need a moderator to
Here
stay
we
in the
go.
Discord, please.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
please,
I'm just
please.
on rest this weekend.
I
I'm gonna take
need
that Tuesday with me too.
oh 04 AJ, I need you to mute up.
Everything laid out.
Hmm.
All right, so you got the common blueprint for most people that I talk to. They got the kids, the wife at home that don't work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
well, here's my thing. So you bring it home about 8. Let's say 8. How much does it cost you to live?
Um. Wait. Okay. Okay. So even if I gave you the cost to live, like it ain't gonna be a legitimate number because a nigga behind. You know what I'm saying? So part of the reason why I'm not in the position where I'm at is because I have my living expenses and a nigga a little bit behind. So you know how that goes. It's hard to calculate what my monthly is. But if I can give you roughly what my major expenses is roughly a month. Um, let's say 15. Shit, my major expenses. God almighty, boy, you got me thinking. Let's see. If we just take, we getting deep now, but again, y'all don't know who the fuck I am.
I
That's
mean,
a
if
good
you if
thing.
you if you
This
don't
could
want
be
to kick it,
helpful.
if you don't want to kick it, you ain't gotta kick it. But if you want to, I mean, it's listen. If
Oh
you
no,
want,
no,
go ahead. You got it.
I'm gonna give you detailed numbers. Like, okay, so if we just take my major expenses, car note 600, rent 15, that's 21. Couple loans, credit cards. Let's say shit 3,500, 3,500 before I feed, clothes, gas. You feel me? So we're looking at 35 before I feed, clothes, and gas.
All right. Hey,
So if we if we take the
Juan and
major,
Caduce, Juan and Caduce, y'all got to mute up, bro. Juan and Caduce, mute up. Juan and Caduce, mute up, please, please, please. Go ahead. You got it.
if, if we take my fixed personal expenses, we're looking at about 35. And then you take food, gas. Just take food, gas, clothes. The money
So
gone.
so so let's say this. You don't have an account.
The money
You don't
gone.
so you don't have an account for what it costs you to live as a family, your living expenses.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I mean, if I take my, the major shit,
Now, what I'm
my
saying is,
car and my
here's what I'm
rent.
saying. Here's what I'm saying. You should know it. I know what it costs me to live every month.
Well, nah, see, I can give you a number, bro. I mean,
All right, that's
I
what
don't
that's
have
what
no
I'm asking.
spreadsheet of my for my personal
You
expenses.
don't you don't
You
you
know,
don't need a
I don't
spreadsheet. You should
budget. You
know
know,
you should budget. But here's the thing: you should know what it costs you to live, whether you paying rent or mortgage, whatever your association fees if you
yeah.
rent, what your utilities average out to, if you got car notes, your insurances, your average cost of food. You got a wife that don't work, two small kids, uh, cell phones, car notes, insurance, all that. You should have an average on what it costs you to live because this is determines how hard you need to work, so on and so forth.
Oh no, I got it. I got the number for you, bro. I'm a numbers guy. I got it. It's about so when I said the fix, like you said, the insurance, car note, rent, all that shit, the fix, the light bill. We're looking at about four, and you follow me. So we're looking at about four with the fix, but then we got the gas, food, and clothes. That's about another three to four.
Gas, food, and clothes. So
So
basically,
basically,
and you said you
after I pay
behind
for
on some
my
shit.
truck expenses, right, right. But I'm still paying towards that shit. I'm caught up on most of it. You feel me?
This is
But
what the reason why I asked you that is
um,
because if you saying you bring it home 2,500 a week net, that's more than enough money, I think,
mhm.
in a traditional household for you to be paying a note on a truck. If you paying them X amount of dollars, that's a contributing to this 40 to 50% that you talking about, that money could be going towards a truck and you could bring down that fixed cost. So what I'm asking
if
you is why haven't you done that?
Mark, oh, go ahead.
So
Oh,
I'm
so if
asking you
I
why
own
haven't
my
you done that?
truck, Mark, my life, if I own my truck, Mark, my whole life would be different. My whole family life would be different. Why haven't I done that? Is because you see, we're going a little bit deeper, Mark. So okay, so I started my first bit. I quit my job in 2015, right, and bought a cleaning franchise. So I'm gonna just say that to say shit been rough. So credit ain't right, and I started this business from a struggling business. So I didn't have the working capital when I started this business, if that makes sense. Does that answer your question?
What year did you start this trucking thing again? 2023?
Say
January,
that
you
again.
said? When did you start the trucking business? You said
Right,
January 2023?
right,
And you said you
right.
started this business watching YouTube. Who was you watching?
The main people I was watching was Box Truck Couple and I was watching everybody.
You weren't watching me?
I was watching. I took a look.
You weren't watching me,
Now,
big
see, you
dog.
wasn't. You know, I watched maybe not at the beginning, but so when did you start?
April of 2022. The reason why I said you weren't watching me is because if you
Yeah,
was, you wouldn't even start it. With what you
yeah.
telling
See,
me,
you wasn't on the
there's no.
algorithm like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably still not because they don't the algorithm. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I tell people what they need to hear. A person that's
April of 2022. April 2022 was when I was doing all my research,
all right. So here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
and I
You said the box truck couple. Who
I
else?
actually started the authority in November. I actually started my authority in November of 2022. I didn't
All right.
start running until January of 23. So I got my authority started in November of 2022, and I was watching the box. I took a little bit from everybody, basically that made sense. So I can kind of see through the bullshit. I can see, I ain't buy no mentorships, no consultations,
So
no fucking ebooks.
so
I ain't buy shit. I
so
basically just took all the information that I felt was valuable from everybody that was giving it on YouTube, if that makes
so
sense.
so how much money did you start with? How much capital did you start with?
Uh, Probably about 6 racks, Mark. I started with I only had enough to get started. Can you hear me, Mark?
I'm listening. I'm letting you talk.
Yeah. So I had my first business I started when I was 25. I quit my job in 2015, bought a cleaning franchise, right? Was doing good with that, had 10 people working for me. Um doing a commercial cleaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened was I had my main accounts were large churches, right? So when COVID came, I lost 80% of my business. So
Mm-hmm.
that shit flipped my damn whole world upside down. So I'm saying that to say that's why when I started this, basically I started this business from a struggling business, if that makes sense.
So and you behind. You said you behind on shit, right?
Not necessarily. Not hold on, let me think. Not right now. We're talking
Why do
about
you
this like an active. This is
why
like
do
a
you only
current thing. Go ahead.
why do you only do Amazon?
I only do Amazon because I see the numbers that I want to see, and I work so much. Now, can you hear me, Mark? Because I'm inside of a gas station now.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Can you hear me?
I'm listening. I got you.
I only do Amazon because I see the numbers that I want to see. No, hold on. First, let me say I shouldn't be doing on the Amazon, and there's no good fucking reason, right? But I'm gonna give you a reason. I don't do excuses. Now, my reason, straight off the bat, when you ask me the question, is I do okay. I make the money. I make the numbers that I want to see with Amazon, but to do that, I gotta work my ass off. So when I ain't fucking driving, I gotta be doing some type of rest. I don't have a lot of energy to go after other opportunities.
So you getting $2 a mile running Amazon?
I
Keep it
pretty much
100, bro. Don't sugarcoat it, bro.
not pretty much because what I do is when I combine the two loads. When I combine the two loads, yes.
So
And
you under the act.
say it again.
I said so
No.
you you running two of them. I know what you're doing. You ain't gotta say, but that's what I ain't just trying to say it out.
Oh no, you ain't got none of my information on here. We good, bro. But
No,
I ain't
still,
hear what you
you
said.
don't know. You don't know who. You know what I'm saying? You don't. The motherfuckers is smart, bro. Yeah, we ain't even gonna do that. But
Yeah, but
yeah,
what? I ain't hear what you.
that's.
I ain't hear the question.
I said you. So you doing two truckloads, right?
Nah. With Amazon, I do a post office route. As soon as I'm done with the last post office, I head to an Amazon and do an Amazon to Amazon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you was doing two loads for Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that. Oh, you know what I do. Can I get two black and mild wine wood tip?
I'm kind of lost, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm lost.
So with Amazon, they do the post office route from 10 to 5 a.m. to pick up
Uh
for
huh.
the post office, right? And then you
Uh huh.
dropping off at the last Amazon by 8, right?
Uh huh.
After I drop off at that last Amazon, I'm sorry, you dropping off at your last post office at 8. My bad, bro. You dropping off at your last post office at 8. After I drop off at that last post office, I'm heading to a Amazon warehouse to deliver to another Amazon warehouse.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So if you getting over $2 a mile, that's why I was asking you too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Somewhere around there.
you win it, and then you said 500 is not a lot of money. I had a call. I had an important call I had to take about this load. But I didn't mean to cut y'all off. My bad, Mark. I just wanted to ask these questions before it slipped my mind.
Um, yeah,
Let's,
it was. I was saying 500, bro.
Because that's like the minimum I want to make. Like, that's not what I make. You know what I'm saying? That's like the minimum that I'd be content with. You know what I'm saying? Making,
Netting you straight. Yeah, netting you
yeah,
straight.
that's what I'm
Especially if
talking
you
about.
own your
Net.
truck. Especially if you ain't
Yeah,
renting
yeah.
like me, you straight. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Hell yeah.
But I got a rental plug too if you need help. I don't gatekeep. I don't charge
so
motherfuckers. I got a
so
Man, that's
plug.
what's
but
up.
If I
hold
pick
on,
up
but hold
get
on,
it,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Oh,
on, hold
no,
on, hold on, hold on, hold
no
on, hold on, hold on, hold
disrespect,
on,
bro.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
Fuck
hold on,
your
hold on, hold
vertical
on,
net, bro.
hold on. Hey,
No
hold,
disrespect. Go ahead.
yo,
Go ahead, Mark.
yo. So yeah, rental. That's the problem that he in now. So
Yeah, fuck a
you want
rental.
you want my do
Yeah.
you want my advice or no?
Oh yeah, the hell yeah, yeah, yeah. What's everybody? Oh no.
Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
because right now you already done bought three trucks.
Four. Oh well, yeah, three. Yeah, you right, three.
Well,
Four if I
three
continue in
trucks.
January.
All right. So if you bring it home 2,500 a week, that's 10,000 a month net. That's what you telling me, right?
On a decent good month, yeah.
So let's say 2,000 a week then. Is that fair?
Right.
But you saying it's cost
Yeah.
you eight. You saying it's costing you $8,000 a month to live.
Giving you a rough estimate, yeah.
So your business has no cash flow. Is also what you telling me then, if that's the case, right?
After I pay, because of this, my cash flow is going to the rental company, basically.
No.
After them to
That's
pay
not
for
your.
my personal expense.
That's not. Hold on. Wait. That's not your cash flow. That's part of your fixed costs. You know what cash flow is?
No, what I'm saying is if you compare no, I'm comparing if I compare it to if I owned.
No,
Right.
no, no,
So
no,
basically
no.
I'm paying these motherfuckers $4,500 a month. If I was paying a note for 1,000, that gives me about 3 racks that I could play with a month. Go ahead, Mark. My bad.
Your business has no cash flow, right?
So
Cash flow. Your business doesn't have any cash flow. Yes or no?
when you say cash flow, yes, technically yes, so I can take care of my personal expenses. Because after
No,
I
no, 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 no,
take
no,
care of
no,
my
no,
business
no,
expenses,
no, 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 no,
I'm
no,
able
no,
to
no,
take
no,
care of
no,
my
no,
personal.
no. Do you know what cash flow is? Just keep it a buck.
Money free of it, the money that you cash
Go
flow
ahead.
is your net.
Cash flow is the money that's left over to take your business one day to the next. Just money that's sitting in the business account that's available for use. After all your expenses are paid, that's the money that's sitting there. Expenses are including
Uh,
labor costs. Hold on. You would be considered labor. So when I'm asking you, cash flow is not what you're paying yourself.
oh, okay.
So after you pay
So
yourself, does
no,
your
then
bit
no,
hold on? So after you pay yourself, does your business have any money?
nah.
Okay, so after you pay all the expenses for the business,
Come get it. Come get it.
you're fixing your variable costs. Whatever's left over is what you take and send home. I'm just trying to get
Hey, how you doing, bro? Right.
hey 1810, you need to mute up, please. So T Mac, after you pay all your fixed and variable costs, your rental, your insurance, your fuel, tolls, all that stuff, factoring fees, dispatch, whatever's left over is what you send home to the family, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
And not to cut you off, Mark, but that's kind of from my perspective, that's the reason why you asked me why am I still in the rental. That's why.
All right. So what's your credit look like?
My credit fucked up. See, I came
All
from,
right.
like most of us, bro. I came from, my parents teach me nothing about finances, personal finances, and none of that shit. I learned everything myself. You know what I'm saying? So I fucked up my credit as soon as I had a chance to.
All right.
Now
Let me.
I did fix the shit, but when I did fix my credit, but when COVID came, that shit fucked it back up
All right.
because I lost 80% of my business.
All right. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How old are your kids?
3 and 1.
You want me to kick it with you, or you want me to leave this shit alone?
Oh no! You go ahead, bro. You know I ain't no sensitive ass nigga. Go ahead.
So
I might be sensitive, but I can take the shit. Go ahead. No homo.
is
Go ahead.
your girl? Is she getting assistance?
Nope. Nope. Because they
What?
want to they want to dig into my shit, and I ain't
Wait,
comfortable
wait,
with
wait.
that.
Who want to dig into your? Y'all married, or is just your girl?
Nah,
Y'all not married?
it's my old lady.
So why she ain't?
Nah,
Why she?
we ain't
Huh,
Mark.
so why she ain't getting no assistance then?
Because we live in the same household. They want to know my shit too, and I ain't
They
with
don't.
that.
They but hold on, cause how they gonna know you live there?
Oh, because they wanted shit, nigga. We got food stamps for a hot 2 months, but they wanted the lease. We wouldn't give them the lease. They stopped that shit. It's different now,
All
Martin.
right,
They trying to figure out ways to not give. They're trying to figure out ways to not give you assistance now.
all right. So then you
But
know what? You
but
know what?
I ain't with the assistance anyway.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So she got to go to work, big dog. And this
Well,
goes
here's
back
the
to what I
thing.
was
She
saying.
was at work, my nigga.
What happened?
If we kicking it now, she was at work. She got a degree in childcare. Worked in daycares for 10 years. Not the best. You ain't making no money with that industry, but she don't know she from the country. She don't know. So she worked in daycare for 10 years. So this last daycare ain't the same no more. Every shit done changed, man. So shit ass backwards now. So the daycare the last daycare, the daycares that she keep going to, they're not operating properly, and she bring a lot of germs home to my kids, right? So this last job she had, my fucking kids, they not in the daycare, but the germs she bringing home, they getting sick every other week. So that causes her to have to stay home with the kids. They fired her because she had to call out too much because her kids are sick. So that's why she got to work.
She gonna. I mean, I hear all that, bro, but she gonna have to go to work, bro. Your one income is not
She,
enough to sustain that household, bro. You got two grown people in there. She gonna have to go to work. Second of all, you gonna have to figure something out, bro, because you're not making no money. You actually, you robbing from the sustainability of the business. The business ain't got no money. You out there, and I get it. You out there to take care of your family, but if you not benefiting from it, then like something got to give, bro. So I think
oh
it's
yeah, no,
probably.
I ain't just. Go ahead, Mark. You can go ahead.
I think once you need to go to work. I think two, you need to lower your costs a lot. I'm talking about your just listening to your expenses for living. Like I don't want to dig too deep, you know what I'm saying? Because I just don't have the energy to do it, right now. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like, you can cut some costs over there too. You definitely need to cut
Yeah, you
costs.
a smart nigga, Mark. You
What?
I don't deny myself like I should. I don't deny myself like I should.
So,
I don't deny myself like I should. But
yeah, man,
I
you
ain't a nigga just out here without no plan, no strategy. So I do have a strategy. My strategy is just basically make it till I can get the fuck out of this rental. You know what I'm saying? So
but it's a trap. You in a trap though, bro. You in a trap.
well no, I got a couple things that I'm gonna have to that's coming across that I'm gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple options. I got a mentor that's looking to purchase a truck for me. I also it's looking like I was trying to not do this, but it's looking like
Hey,
I'm gonna have to
bro,
take out
bro,
a
bro,
loan.
bro, 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 bro. Don't let nobody purchase no truck for
What?
you, bro.
It's hard to say truck. That's hard to say. Mark around and pay for 3 trucks.
Hey, you got to figure out a way that you can purchase your own truck. If I purchase a truck for you and you consider me, you said a mentor purchasing a truck for you. They purchase a truck for you. This shit happens all the time. Shit don't go one way or the other. Y'all fall out. Guess what? Now you back to square one. God bless the child that's got his own, bro.
I feel you.
You a business owner.
I feel you.
You
Okay,
gotta
so
figure you gotta figure that shit out.
this is my next option. Take out a loan for a down payment on my own truck.
You said your credit fucked up.
It is, but I can still get a loan.
Expound.
Now you now you finna get on me. It's called a statement balance loan.
Don't do it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I'm keeping it real. Don't fucking do it. The interest rate is out the world. Don't do it. You're gonna be paying damn near double what you owe, what you loan, what you borrow from.
At this point, my nigga,
Hey, desperation.
It's different ways, bro.
Desperation only gonna put you in a worse off situation, dog. Regardless of how bad your situation is, you can't do things based off desperation, especially in business.
Right.
Never gonna work in a way in your favor.
Right. Yeah. Something got to give though. Shit, a nigga ain't quitting
Listen,
ain't an option. Go ahead.
What? You got to figure out a way to save up some money, big dog. You ain't saving up no money. You got to figure out a way to save up some money. You got to cut your costs some type of way. You got to cut your living expenses. You got to cut expenses within your business so that you can buy a truck. You're gonna have to buy a truck cash, big dog. Now I know there's people out there say buy a newer truck, this, that, and the third, but if you want to stay in this business, you ain't gonna be able to go out. You ain't no bank gonna finance you. And then you're gonna end up going the equipment leasing route, equipment loan route, and then you really gonna get screwed. You need to find a way to cut your costs so you can have some cash flow, and you need to save up some money.
Yeah. I mean that's obvious.
Cause here's the thing: you making that's from obvious. What you said, you making decent money. If you bring it home $2,500 a week, that's $10,000 a month. That's more than enough money to make shit work. That's more than enough money. You should be able to tuck some money to the side. With a wife and 2 kids. It's just, man, like you saying, you spending $3,000 a month on fuel and whatever else. Some of that stuff with, man. If your wife at the crib, why she spending so much money in gas? With 2 kids that's not school age, so she ain't running nobody back and forth to school. So what's she spending all this gas on?
She ain't spending a lot of money on gas.
Cause you said you said 3,000.
What? Shit,
what y'all driving?
$3,000 a month for 3 people.
What y'all driving? Y'all got the big W12 Bentley.
Shit.
Don't tell me you got a
3,000
covenant
a
over
month
there.
though. Think about it though, Mark. Hell no. Nah. 3,000 a month, Mark. 3 people in a month. That ain't two kids under 3 and a grown person. Shit, you got to include my ass too. Well, yeah, you got to include me too. See, I do a little bit too much eating out on the road and staying in hotels on the road. You know, I can cut. I
All
know I
right,
can cut back on that.
so there you
But
have it, bro.
it'd be like a
Hold on,
nigga.
hold on. So there you go.
Yeah,
Why you okay? Why
Boy,
you
it'd
you
be like
better.
a nigga work so hard. Be like, damn, I deserve to sleep on the motherfucking bed. You know what I'm saying? I
hey,
deserve a
hey,
motherfucking 12 piece from Chick-fil-A. God damn it, it's
say
a and a small
says
mac and
who?
cheese.
I'm
God
about to
damn.
send you.
Says who?
I'm
Says
about to
who?
send you 1,000 a week right now, bro. Sleep in that
Scares
truck,
me, Mark. Says my lifestyle I've been used to. I
Hey,
work
bro.
hard,
Hey,
man.
bro.
goddamn.
Hey, hey,
And see,
hey, 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 hey.
I gotta
Check
work
this
on the
out.
delayed gratification.
Check this out, bro.
The
You
delayed
delay,
gratification, bro. I gotta,
bro. You
I gotta work on
tweaking.
that. Go ahead, go
What
ahead.
you mean you deserve? You don't deserve shit. But let me explain something to you, big dog.
You
You
right.
got you got 2 kids at the crib. You gave that shit up a long time ago, big dog. You want to kick it
Damn.
or you want to leave this shit alone, bro? I don't know. Some reason just telling me to just just let me know if you want to
Oh
kick
no,
it.
I'm with you, Mark.
Hey, you gave that shit up
I
a
ain't.
long
Nah,
time
I'm with.
ago. You can't Chick-fil-A,
Mm.
bro. Nigga, you better stop at Walmart, get you some a loaf of bread, get you some you eat meat, get you some salami, some bologna, get you some oodles and noodles, get you a case of water. What you talking about, big dog?
Boy,
Why are you Chick-fil-A? You tweaking.
Hey,
What you
he
mean you
right, bro.
deserve? What
Cause
you mean you
I
deserve,
don't
big
be.
dog? You don't deserve nothing.
a nigga, a nigga work hard. A nigga work. I be working hard,
Hey,
Mark. Nigga want a
hey,
damn
hey,
12
hey,
piece from
hey,
Chick Fil
hey,
A.
hey,
A
hey,
nigga
hey,
want a
hey, hey,
damn.
hey, check it out. What you want?
I'm
What you
with you.
want?
I'm with you, bro.
You want to provide a better quality of living for your kids?
For sure.
All right, then.
That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I'm here at this point.
So
Mm.
so 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 where the sacrifice got to come from?
A
It
nigga
start
ain't
with
been
it start
home
it
in
start.
since June, Mark.
But that okay. But that the
A nigga ain't been
sacrifice
home since June.
sacrifice don't stop there, big dog.
You right.
That
Obviously.
it
You
don't
right.
stop there. Your number one
Yeah,
goal
you
right
right.
now is to get up, lower your costs. And the main thing that's killing you is that rental truck. So if you gotta sleep in the truck or in the back, whatever, if you gotta eat bologna every single day so that you can save up as much money so that one, you can get out of that rental truck and go buy you a truck, then that's the number one goal. If that's not enough incentive for you to get on your grizzly, then I don't man, you don't deserve nothing, bro. This goes back to the whole cheap freight shit. Everybody's situation ain't the next person's situation. Life is about choices and decisions. Not to say you made any bad choices. You started a family, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. It's your job to bring in more money to the crib. Your business don't even got cash flow. You have to create cash flow for your business. So you gotta scale back. You Chick-fil-A, boy. The Chick-fil-A should be the last thing on your mind. You should be looking at the bread aisle in Walmart, the ramen noodle aisle, oodles and noodles, case of water.
And a nigga door dashing the Chick-fil-A too. Yeah, I
Wait,
got
You having DoorDash drop
I
it to you at the truck stop? Is that what you just told
nah
me?
at the room. At the room.
At
Nah,
the
at the
Oh no,
room.
bro. See,
Nah,
you living like you one of them guys, big dog. You not one of them guys. You ain't one of them guys from the you ain't in that position. You
yeah,
door dashing it to the
yeah, you
room.
right.
So you got a subscription to DoorDash or you paying for the delivery?
I had a subscription. I canceled that shit, man.
So you paying
I canceled
more,
that shit.
bro? You tweaking, bro? Nah, bro, you tweaking. Hey, man, cut all your expenses. You should be living like a Viking.
No, but my problem is like that's my problem. That's my main problem. Mark, I'm pretty self aware. I would think is um I got bad habits as far as money. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get the money. I know about money. It's the habits that I have to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Like the bad money habits, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I mean, shit. Well, stop them, bro. You got kids.
Yeah.
You got a
No, you're
glorified job.
right.
You got a glorified job, big dog. It ain't even glorified. You
You're
ain't
right.
you ain't you ain't benefit nothing from doing that shit.
But give me your perspective on the statement balance route.
No. Before I could even say no, two people said no. There's people in the chat on saying no. Why would you do that?
Oh damn, I forgot this shit on YouTube. I done gave motherfuckers my whole life story.
Don't nobody
Um
know who you is. All we see is a
it's
great
all good. Yeah,
emote.
you're right. Yeah, you're right, you're right. But so no on the okay. So but what if the terms is doable? So what if the terms fuck around? See, I got approved for a truck. The motherfuckers they just want 50, they want it 50%. So
They want
what if
50% down?
I get
You
one of
ain't
those loans? Yeah, that was just one company. I think
you know
it's a
why?
couple other
You know
companies
why?
that
You know
can
why? You
maybe
know
do
why?
20 or 30.
Anyway, you know why though?
And my credit.
You a high risk. So anywhere you go is gonna be a hard money. Anybody that takes a chance on you is gonna be hard money.
Yeah, but see my circumstances, I gotta move with my circumstances, right?
So why don't
So
you fit? Why don't you
so
fix
so
your? Why
say
don't you? Why don't? All right, listen. Fix your circumstances. Delay your
go ahead.
gratification. Start sacrificing, saving, so you can save your money, so that you can buy you a truck. That's your answer.
What if the statement balance loan ain't too predatory?
Bro,
Just a little high on the interest.
bro, no. You gonna be out here complaining about cheap freight.
Ooh, I'm thinking, bro, if my truck know 1,000 and that statement balance loan 1,000, say it's 1,500 a month. That's 25. Shit, that's still 2,000 less than I'm paying these rental companies. You know what I'm saying? That's my thinking.
Hey,
Just tell
bro,
me if my thinking is
bro,
wrong.
bro, bro, bro. Change your circumstances, bro. Cut all that extra cost that you doing, DoorDash, hotels, the Chick-fil-A, all this eating out, all that extra shit that you spending money on. Cut all that shit. Save you some money. Work on your credit. Go buy you a truck. If you making $2,500 a week, you telling me you bringing home 20, which really you not bringing home 2,500. You already robbing from the sustainability of your business. Your business ain't got shit. So if you gonna rob to buy a truck. Every time you stop at DoorDash, you robbing. Every time you stop at Chick-fil-A, you robbing. Every time you DoorDash, you robbing. That's lazy shit, big dog. Man, your girl gonna
I
have to go
can't
out
say
and work.
shit.
She gonna have to go out and work, bro. Like, see, when you first said me, my girl,
Yeah,
it all.
she filling
Listen,
out.
I
She
ain't
filling
man.
out app.
All right, so all these cats
She
that
filling out application.
man, my girl, all y'all girls don't work. Like, what y'all think this shit is? Y'all think like What y'all think? Like I'm just saying, like the trucking is like like y'all rappers or some shit like that. Y'all make enough money that the wife can stay at home. Like man, it's just like, and she gotta work, bro. You need two incomes coming in, big dog. Cause at least if she's working, it's helping alleviate some of the stress on you. You can get child care.
Yeah, that's the problem. I ain't with other motherfuckers watching my kids. That's another problem.
All right, so you know you got two options, then, big dog. You know what your two options are? You gotta lower your costs, or you gotta make more money. If you want her to continue to stay home, then what you gonna do?
Nah, she gonna have to find other ways to make money with them kids at home. We gonna have to figure that part out. But
Yeah.
yeah, my baby ain't going no motherfucking daycare though. These motherfuckers out here weird.
All right, well then you need to turn up then.
Who you renting?
But I mean that those your options,
Say it
big
again,
dog.
Mark.
Those your options, bro. You gonna have to start delaying your gratification. You got to cut at the crib. You got to cut out while you out there on the road. You got to start saving up some money, fixing your credit so that you can buy a truck. You got to get out of that rental. Spending too much money, $100,000 on a rental in 2 years. That's crazy. That's crazy, boy. Straight up and down. How much you paying for insurance a
Yeah,
month?
it's a bit demoralizing. Um, because I'm seeing all this money and I'm giving it to them. That
How
shit
much you paying for
is
your
rough.
insurance? How much you paying for your insurance?
800,
How much?
8, 8.
800. What kind of rental they got you in?
Yeah. What you mean?
What type? What's the truck? What's the year, make,
Nah,
and model?
I got the shit. I'm in the Kenworth 2021. I believe it's a 21. It's a Kenworth.
What? How old are
What
you?
800 is too high?
No, it's kind of low. That's what I'm saying. How
Yeah.
old are you?
Shit, it was 500 last year. Um, 32. Damn, I said 30, 34. I'm turning 34.
Who you rent with?
Right.
Ooh,
500.
yeah. Yeah.
Who do you have
Oh,
the
yeah,
truck
yeah, yeah.
rented through?
I don't know if I want to get. Nah, I'll get it out. It's a company called MHC Rental. MHC Rental. It's a
Yeah.
basically Kenworth. It's a Kenworth their rental division. You gotta be in business for 2 years to get with them and shit. And they not everywhere. They, you know.
How much they charge you for the rental?
But
Did
it's the
you did you
best.
get
The
did
only
you
reason
get
why I'm still
quotes
in
from like?
business,
Go ahead, go ahead.
the only reason why I'm still in business is partially them because it's the cheapest rate. I'm at 612 cents. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of the cheapest ones out there. So, you know, although I am giving them too much money, it is, cheaper on the cheaper end as far as the rental market.
Well, let me ask you this: what's your Amazon performance score?
Let's see.
Is it 100? Is it an A? A plus?
B plus 96.
You might want to look into like the if you I mean if you're renting is your only option, man, you might want to look into some of the rewards programs that they have for high performing carriers. They have rental discounts and stuff, with like Ryder and stuff. But
Oh yeah, fuck
you
Ryder.
know,
That's who I started off with. They almost put me out of business, but and I had the Amazon discounts. But yeah, well, as far as the rental, fuck rentals. I am paying right now. I'm paying the cheapest. I'm paying the cheapest rate, but fuck, fuck any type of strategy of getting into another rental or anything like that. But yeah. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, my insurance 800. I'm paying. It's pretty a decent amount.
Yeah, man, you gotta cut back on a lot of shit, bro. Uh, I I ain't gonna hold you too accountable because I just not in the mood right now. I wasn't even planning on doing that, but I see somebody needed to tell you some shit that you need to hear. So, man, start making some better choices and decisions as far as how you spend your money. Understanding that your business needs cash flow in order to be able to sustain. You know, it, you in business to make money, and you making money, but it's coming in and it's going right out. Like so, start making better choices and decisions, man. Cut back, delay gratification, save you some money, go buy you a truck, bro.
That's the
That
goal. That's the goal. But y'all trying. I got you. But y'all kind of killed. Y'all kind of killed my one strategy that I was gonna go with. I thought I had something.
that's just not even a strategy, big dog. That's just you just repeating what you're doing, making more bad decisions. Just making a
Mm.
bad decision. I mean, you can do what you want to do. Don't let me tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want to do. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Now tell me why.
Why would I do some? I almost said dumb shit. Why would I do some shit like that?
It is what it is. Like what? Get the statement balance and make a down payment.
Why would I do that, bro? I'm gonna thug it out. I'm gonna cut back on everything and save up some money and go cash out, bro. I cash out, bro. I think a big key to my success was the
Yeah.
fact that I bought my trucks cash. Motherfuckers can run around and say what they want to say, but I knew what I was investing in. I knew what I was doing. I made smart decisions. And if I would have did a lot of the shit that a lot of motherfuckers coming into the industry doing now, I would have been in the same boat as them. And I was willing to go out and do the hard work. A lot of the work that motherfuckers don't want to do. Y'all don't want to touch shit. Y'all ain't talking about lifting nothing. Y'all want to dock to dock. And it ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I ain't moving. I ain't moving
But
shit.
and there you have it.
I know you ain't gonna like that. Yeah, I ain't
It
moving
no,
shit
it
no
ain't it
more.
ain't it ain't it
No,
ain't for me to it
I
ain't for
shouldn't
me
say
to
shit.
like or
I shouldn't
dislike.
say shit.
It ain't for me to like or
I
dislike.
shouldn't say
It,
shit.
it,
I ain't moving no couches though. I ain't moving no
see,
refrigerator with none of that shit.
and that goes back to say that's the difference between me and you. See, everybody's situation is different. Some people gonna go work harder. Some people don't want to work that hard. Some people are willing to go above and beyond. Some people ain't willing to go above and beyond. Some people's cost is going to be higher. Some people's cost is going to be lower. Some people going to say stop taking cheap freight, but that person that may be taking it at a profit because they cost may be cheaper. Everybody different. Here's the thing, when it comes to business, you got to meet the needs of the business. You ain't meeting the needs of the business. The business is telling you we dying here. And while the business is telling you we dying, because when you look in the business bank account, there's no cash flow there. You ordering Chick-fil-A DoorDash to the hotel room.
I can't say shit.
So goes back to, like I always say, mindset, decisions. That's your problem. Business is competitive, bro. You ain't making the best choices and decisions. This is business, bro. You gotta meet the needs of the business. And you ain't meeting the needs of the business. You telling me what you don't want to do. Listen, if the business is saying, listen, you need to find some more revenue. You already saying what you not gonna do. It's people out there that may be in your boat, similar in your boat, and they making the changes to do what's in the best interest of the business and what's in the best interest of them. And whatever that requires, then that's what they're gonna do. And that's just business. See, when you get into business, you are the decision maker. You got to make good choices and decisions. If you make bad choices and decisions, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna be on you. You're gonna bear the brunt of that. It ain't like going to work and you got a boss, and when you get to work, they delegating to you what to do. They giving you a scope of work to do for the day, and you just go do it. You ain't got to think. All you got to do is do. And they say, all right, be here at 9. All right, when you get here, we need you to just keep sweeping all the floors. Even if they look clean, just sweep all day, all day, all day. At 12 of lunch, then they come back 2 hours later, they say, all right, take your 15, T-Mac. They're going to tell you what to do. You don't have to think. When you come back 2 hours later, they're going to say, all right, T-Mac, go take your 30. You come back from your 30, 2 hours after that, they're going to say, take your last 15. At 5 o'clock, they're going to say, hey, T-Mac, go punch out. We ain't paying no overtime. We're going to write you up if you punch out after 5. That's a write-up. Go ahead and punch out now. You ain't got to think about nothing. You just do. They're going to tell you what to do. And then they're going to pay you. You ain't got to worry about none of the shit that goes on, none of the inner workings of the business. If the roof collapses in that motherfucker, you ain't got to worry about that shit. Only thing you need to come and do is listen. They're going to tell you what to do, how to do it. All you got to do is do. See, when you own a business, you got to think and do. And not only do you got to think, you got to make the best choices. Because if you make bad choices, it's going to ultimately affect the business and you. And this is what a lot of people don't do when they come into business. They don't think. And this is the problem with a lot of people coming into business now. So many people want to be business owners because it's promoted entrepreneurship, generational wealth, streams of revenue, this, that, and the third. But not everybody are businessmen and women. They don't have good business acumen. They're not business savvy. They're not willing to do what it takes. They're not willing to go above and beyond. They're not willing to meet the needs of the business. They're not willing to make the sacrifices. They're not willing to stay down till they come up. That's why majority of the people that start a business fail. A lot of people ain't willing to go above and beyond. So like when I said, well, shit, I started with moving. You know what I say? The same reaction that you said, a lot of people had that reaction. Oh, I ain't doing that shit. Okay, well. That's the difference from a motherfucker making $10,000+ a day and a motherfucker talking about $500 to $1,200 a day. The motherfucker who starts moving, that's lifting the heavy shit and builds that business, multiple trucks, that's that motherfucker making a different type of bag. His bag is different from yours because he's doing harder work than you. You have that option not to do harder work. That's the difference between a person who does construction versus a person who works at McDonald's. Everybody got choices and decisions. You if you want to make a certain type of money, then you're gonna go do with a certain type of money what you got to do to make that certain type of money. You're gonna go do that shit and you're gonna do whatever you need to do to put you in the best situation so you can maximize your profit. So if you got to cut back, if you got to delay your gratification, understand what you're investing in, researching the industry that you're coming in, understanding your market, having a business plan, consuming information that's going to benefit you. Don't make dumbass decisions. Don't, when you make a little money, go to fucking club and pop bottles for all your friends and stand on couches and talking about how you getting it out the mud. Don't go get the fucking car because they told you that now that you got a business, you need to look the part, be the part, all this goofball ass shit. There you have it. So, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm here, bro.
And
I'm here. I'm listening to you. I appreciate.
and you need to have enough business sense to know when it's time to walk away. See, some people will tell you don't never quit. No, you have to have enough business. See, a real business person, this how you know a motherfucker who really not a business person. Because some people tell you don't give up, don't give up. No. You need to have enough common sense to know when it's time to walk away. Whether you walking away on a good walk away with profit, you know, I ain't made my money. This industry finna come to it. Let me take my money and run. That type of walk away. Or you know what? I got a family to support. You know what? This ain't making it. This is not providing a sustainable life. It's not providing a good quality of life. You know what? I may be better off just maybe stepping away from this shit right now, maybe trying again at another time, maybe go finding a job, something that is a little bit more sustainable that I can provide a better quality of life, get my shit together, get my credit back right, pay off some of this debt, and then maybe try it again at a later time. Because if you doing that shit just to be doing, just to say you got your own business, I don't, me personally, I don't. So that's my 2 cents, big
Nah, I
dog.
hear you. Yeah, I hear you, and I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, definitely not doing it.
You said what? What you say, big dog?
Oh damn, my bad. Somebody was calling me. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing it just to stay, just to say I'm in business. I just, you know, I got to get out of this rental. And I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing too much money pass through my hands to go work for somebody. I just got to at least get out of this rental first. You know what I'm saying? I got
Well,
to get in my own truck
make a plan.
and
Make a plan to get up out of it.
go
Then
from there.
make a plan to get up out of it. But that
Yeah,
one
shit. I
plan.
had a little plan. Y'all just cancel my movie.
Well, I mean, you
My
listen.
little
You
plan.
don't let me tell you. Do what you want to do. If you want to go get that statement loan, go ahead and get it. Don't let me don't deter you. I'm just telling you what I wouldn't do. I'm tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay down till I come up. I'm gonna go fall back. You gonna never hear from me.
Right.
I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna tell you what I just told you. I'm gonna go get me a loaf of wheat bread. Every Walmart, I'm gonna get me some wheat bread. I'm gonna get me some noodles. I'm gonna get me some lunch meat. Get me a little fruit. Some peanut butter and jelly. Some beans. Some black beans. You feel what I'm saying? Couple cases of water, and that's gonna be life. You know why? Because I made that choice and decision. So now I got to figure out a way out of it, and this is part of the process. Now, especially if I got kids at the crib, bro. Hey, bro, stay out of my way. See, I'm a dog now, bro. If I had kids and I gotta look at my kids on the FaceTime while I'm on the road, and I'm like, damn, bro, get out of my way. I'm telling you, I'm coming to take all your food. I'm finna hurt something. I'm finna hurt something. How you got kids, boy? You not doing what's in your best interest, boy. Them kids should turn you into a beast. Boy, nigga, I ain't
Now
eating
hold on
shit.
now.
I'm gonna eat once a day. Check it out. I'm gonna eat once a day. I'm gonna go on a fast. I'm gonna eat once a day. I'm just gonna drink water. On the real.
Yeah. Now, I ain't no plum ass nigga out here. Now,
I
you
never
know what I'm saying?
said you was.
I'm with it. I'm
I
working.
never said you was,
Um,
big dog. I
I ain't
never
no
said
lazy ass nigga or nothing like that.
you ain't trying to lift no
I just
couches though.
gotta.
You ain't finna lift no couches though. You ain't finna lift no
No.
couches. See,
Damn, Mark,
see
that
how
don't
I
make me
got
a
you.
lazy nigga because I don't want to put
See
no
how you say.
motherfucking
Listen,
refrigerator
let me
on my
explain.
damn back. That
Hey,
don't
well,
make me a lazy nigga because I don't want to put
hey,
no motherfucking refrigerator on my back.
well, then see, we two different types of. That's why I'm over here. That's why I'm over here. See, I'm gonna put it on my back.
I feel you though. I
Listen,
feel
me, I'm gonna put
you.
it
I
on my
feel you.
back for 300 an hour. See, that's the difference. I'm gonna have. Listen, if
Yeah.
I was you, it'd be me and two amigos. Now, now, granted, this is not the 44-year-old Mark ain't doing it. All right, the 44-year-old Mark ain't doing. I ain't got to do that shit no more. But if I was in your situation and I was looking for the best earning potential, man, listen, in this market, I'm going right to the Home Depot. I'm gonna vet me out the best little Venezuelans, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get it cracking. And I'm gonna build that motherfucker up to a success. I'm gonna go get me licensed. I'm gonna build it up to a great company. I'm gonna absolutely positively put them refrigerators on my back. Sure am. I'm gonna go to CDS. I'm gonna go to New Haven. I'm gonna get me some hump straps. I'm gonna go get me build me out a nice toolkit. I'm gonna go get me a couple dozen blankets. I'm gonna give me about 6 big cap dollies to get started with. I'm gonna go get me an appliance dolly and a hand truck dolly. I'm gonna get some ratchet straps. I'm gonna get some shoulder straps. I'm gonna get some forearm straps, some hump straps,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I mean, you
we
know,
gonna run it, And why all these
to
motherfuckers
each his own. But
laughing,
you know,
why all these motherfuckers laughing, talking about cheap freight? Yeah, we charging 200 to 300 an hour. That 5,000 that you making all week, we doing that in a day. Yeah, it's hard work.
what? Yeah, it's
It's
hard work.
hard.
But you
It's
know,
hard work.
you know, niggas can still make money out here without putting that refrigerator right on their back, though. You know,
Oh yeah, you
you ain't
can.
gotta, you
But
ain't
but but
gotta.
but but but
I ain't gotta.
it's like I always said since I came
Mhm.
on. It's like I always said when I came on YouTube, and then more people started listening and trying it. Man, you know what, right, Mark? You right. That moving money different. That's a different type of money. If you're not willing to go out and do that type of work for that different type of money, then I get it. Don't do it. But if you give yourself 10 years and you build a successful company up, 10 years you could be sitting at the crib with assets, investments, and talking shit all day. If you want to continue to do what you're doing, figure it out, and do what you're doing, figure it out.
Yeah.
One of my subscribers, he followed my blueprint. He was in the Discord yesterday. He one of my success stories. Making a killing. In North Carolina with his moving company. He still got his cargo van company, but he did the moving company thing too. Making a killing. In North Carolina. He in Raleigh though. I don't know what part of North Carolina you in.
That's an hour away from me.
All right. And he making a killing out there. He was in the Discord talking last night. And he said, man, Mark, yeah, the moving money different, bro. I'm doing way more business this year than I was doing last year. Everything that you say, Mark, is right. Customers coming back. You getting repeat customers, a lot of word of mouth customers. He ain't scared of the hard work, though. So, you know.
Mm.
So you're right. You're right. Everything ain't for everybody. I'm just trying to give you a little encouragement, a little motivation, big dog. Me personally,
Oh no, I appreciate it.
I'm a dog, and I don't have the responsibilities. I have a lot of responsibilities. My living expenses are more than yours with your family, and it's just me, right? But if I had children, right, like I would be a different animal, bro. Like because I've given up. I have to forget about me, and I have to think about them. And just the type of person that I am, I would want to make sure that I could provide the best possible and most comfortable living for them. So I'm gonna go. I already go above and beyond, and I'm going to even go further above and beyond if I had children. I don't have any children. You know what I'm saying? I've never been scared of hard work, bro. But I also understood that I didn't want to be doing shit forever either. I rather do me personally. I rather do a bunch of hard work and a block of time, and then have way more time to do what I want than do a bunch of easy work for a longer period of time. So then when I get old, shit, nigga, I'm finna just sit in the chair and die. By the time I can finish, I just sit in the chair and then it's just time to die. At this point, I'm gonna work till you die. If I can make a lot of money doing hard work and have so much excess money that I can take that money and buy real estate, buy other assets and investments and things like that to generate these multiple streams of income that these motherfuckers talk about, I'd rather do that, especially if I got my youth. You got your youth. Listen to me. You got your youth still. And I'm not telling you what I'm not trying to tell you start a movement coming. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. You have your youth. Utilize your youth, take advantage of your youth while you still have it. Make good decisions because the older you get, you're gonna start deteriorating, and there's gonna be certain things that the mind frame that you already got, you should be having that mind frame then, but you already got it now. You can't tell me those words should never come out your mouth. What you not finna do? One, as a business owner is always gonna meet the needs of the business. A business owner understands starting a business is your job to meet the needs of the business. Whatever the business dictates, you have to meet the needs of it. If the business needs you to go above and beyond, then that's what you got to do. Say no motherfucking hustle. This is business. You think when Walmart has to make adjustments, they meet the needs of the business. You got fucking American restaurants today selling fucking tacos. Why? Because there's an infusion of people from south of the border. So guess what? A typical place that 10, 15 years ago only sold hot dogs, hamburgers, and fries is selling fucking hot dogs, hamburgers, and fries, and fucking tacos. Now, why? Because they see an infusion of South American born customers coming in inquiring about shit. The population, the South of America, south of the border population is increasing. Listen, we're gonna have to implement some south of the border entrees on our menu. That's called meeting the needs of the business. That's what you got to do. And you can't say you in a position to say what you ain't finna do. Shit, nigga, I go shovel shit. If a motherfucker paying me the right amount of money and I'm in a position where I'm trying to come up and I got kids, man, I'm gonna suit up and put some motherfucking gloves on, some boots. I'm gonna go shovel shit, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't give a fuck what motherfucker think. I'm gonna go get it. And I'm gonna bring it back. Motherfucker think what they want. I don't give no fuck. Put me in a motherfucking desperate situation. Nigga, I'm gonna go get it. Hook or crook. You better believe it.
I hear you, bro.
I'm done. If anybody else got any topics, y'all could talk. But I'm pretty much digress.
I was just
And
going to ask if he's thought about, I know you were talking about moving. Has he thought about any other things that he can do with the truck?
Yeah, do you mean like the Curry app, or what you mean like
I mean, for example, I
load
know
board?
Mark, no, like Mark was talking about moving. Have you ever considered clean outs, which are very similar to moving? Mark had that business too. Um, and it's very lucrative. Do you know what it is?
Clean outs? Nah, I would
Like where
assume.
you,
Go ahead.
yeah, like let's say someone has been put out of their home, right? And you're not there when they're getting put out, but the owner is ready to sell it. And they could have left it in shambles. You go in with a crew and you pull everything out of there. Now, right now, since a lot of Americans are having hard times, a lot of people are getting put out and they're pretty much just taking what they can. So the last one I did, it was $5,000 in one day. The one before that was 4,500, and I put that in the Discord, like the a video of what it looked like in there, and just got a couple of guys, got it out of there, and that was one day. So I'm just saying, and I'm like Mark said, he's not trying to get you to do moving, and I'm not trying to tell you to do cleanouts. I'm just saying there's so much more that you can do with the truck
Oh
and
yeah.
more, just kind of diversifying and not saying I'll stick to one thing because you
Yeah.
you you have a bigger profit margin. Like when I did the clean out for 5,000, I rented. I have trucks, but I didn't want to put that. The it's pretty dirty, so it's dirty money, but it's good money. I didn't want to put that in my truck, so I rented a U-Haul for $39.99. So $5,000 minus $39.99, and what I paid my guys. I mean, you can do the math. That's one day, and that's not even something that I do a whole lot. I just have a friend that's a real estate agent. When he calls, I make it happen. So I could only imagine if I was really promoting that. So I'm just saying, for you, you could be at home every day making more money.
Yeah, I definitely I definitely got to figure out other ways to make money. Um, like I was telling Mark, it's just I'm running so much with Amazon. When I ain't running, I got to rest at some point. But
Right.
something got to give. I'm just trying to, you know,
Uh, what's a good what's a good way to get connected with them clean outs? How does that work?
The biggest way for that I've seen is if you have any connection with real estate agents, because they're typically the ones that I've been doing. They need the all of the furniture moved out ASAP so that that owner can list the house to sell it. So, I mean, you just go in there, you come up with how much you would say it would cost for you to make a very good profit off of it, and you put in a bid. I bid it. They may even say a couple of hundred less. That's fine. I've already put in the bid where I was going to cushion plenty anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And I didn't spend any real fuel. $39.99 for a U-Haul, or I could get a trailer. You can purchase a trailer that's much cheaper than a truck, but there's just so many. My point is, I think people kind of stick to just the same thing in trucking, and there's so many different facets of it. And
but
like Mark always says, the moving money is different money. That clean out money is different money. When that clean out was done, I mean,
but see
that's
but see
easy
that
money, and that was in a day. With some people making a week.
But see, here's the thing. You know, the clean out and the moving money, they don't want to do it. You know why? Because you've done it. I've done it. The clean out is good money, but it's also hard work. It's not a lot of it's a lot of lifting, but you lifting stuff where you don't have to be as careful for it, but it's a dirty job. And see, don't nobody want to do it. See, they don't want to go into them crawl spaces in them basements. They don't want to go into them attics. They don't want to deal with all them cobwebs, them spider eggs under them old couches that's been sitting in the basement. They don't want to deal with that shit. They don't want to deal with that rubble when they doing garage cleanouts. They don't want to do that type of work. The harder the work, the more money. But the thing is now, especially with this younger generation or a lot of people that are coming into business now, they have this false perception that business means little to no work and a lot of money. And this is why they struggle.
Yeah.
Listen, the competition is less in these industries. There's competition, but it's not as much as it is in over the road box trucking. You make a shit ton more money, less competition. This further proves my point. Everybody wants it easy. So that's why stay there. And then the people that's willing to go above and beyond and do the hard work for the bigger reward are here.
Yeah, somebody asked. Oh, somebody asked where did I post it at? I posted it in the box truck, whatever tab that is. But yeah, that it's dirty work, but that's some good money. So that's all I'm gonna say.
That's great money.
You can go look at the video.
Great money. That's beyond great money. That's beyond great money.
Yeah,
Brandon,
a day. Your city.
5,000 a day versus 5,000 a week. There's no comparison. Go.
Yeah, so basically what you'll do with that clean out thing is get connected with a real estate agent and go from there.
Yeah, you can get connected with a real estate agent, but you can also do like Angie's Leads. There's different ways that you can go about doing it. You know, you could solicit the business. I just happen to know a few real estate agents, and when they ask, "Could I do it?" They're like, "You got trucks? You got a couple of guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can. Sure can." I'm not gonna say no. And yeah, it was dirty and filthy. And matter of fact, the last one had fleas. We had to go in there and put bombs in there the night before just to try to calm them down. And I mean, this is the truth. But we went in there the next day, and by the end of the day, I'm looking at $5,000, so I don't really care about fleas. We suited up, put on jumpsuits, the plastic ones, had on masks. We couldn't even breathe because I went in there because I wanted to film it. And I had to ask Mark, what the next time I do this, I'm gonna need better masks because my guys could barely breathe. So, but yeah, Axel says fleas, roaches. Well, $5,000. I mean, I can deal with that. My guys were fine with it.
Thank you for sharing that video. I'm gonna go look at it.
The city had old contract too, but they only pay out once a month. But you gotta also cut grass and bushes as well.
That's property preservation.
Yeah, that's not that hard. I understand the one I did, we had to cut grass and bushes too. You pad it into your bid. I mean, you're setting the price. There is no middleman. Like Mark says with moving, you're coming up with the price. You're there. Nobody's touching the money. The only thing you're finding, the only thing you're doing is making sure you take care of your guys good. That's it.
Yeah, I'm also thinking too, like if it's paying like 5 bands, if it's paying 5 bands for just that service for that day, like it would be no problem. I wouldn't even have to get dirty really. Like, you got guys you can, like you said, you can just pay your guys good, and if you think about it, you ain't really even got to get dirty. So that's a great profit margin.
Nah,
I
you
don't
gonna
mind
get
getting dirty
dirty.
myself,
You gonna get dirty. You
right?
gotta learn. You gotta learn the business.
Oh,
When I first got into the business, I had to learn how to bid. You know why? Because all that shit that you taking is got to go to the dump. The dump charges you by the ton. So you need to be able to go in and eyeball. You can't weigh an apartment full of shit. You can't weigh a basement full of shit. You have to be able to look at everything that's in there, assess it, and know how much this is going to weigh so that you don't underbid, so that when you go to the dump, when they charge you $90 a ton or 125 a ton, how much it's going to cost so that you don't underbid. So the only way to learn it is by going on jobs, assessing jobs, doing the jobs, going to the dump, going across the scale, taking that shit out, going back across the scale, seeing. You need to know. You might look at somebody might dig up some shit and they might have a bunch of dirt that they need. We dug something up in the yard. We need you to come remove this dirt. All right, well, you might be thinking dirt is dirt, but if it rained the night before, that dirt ain't gonna be the same as the dirt if it ain't rained in a week. Why? That dirt gonna be heavier. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta know that. Well, it rained last night. This dirt gonna be heavier. So I need to make sure I bid extra, $90 on top of it, because this shit might come out to 2 tons. You see what I'm saying? Little shit like that. So you gotta go out and you gotta learn the business. You gonna get dirty. You need to know what it's like crawling in them crawl spaces. So when these guys come calling you complaining about shit, you need to be able to tell them, man, shut your ass up and go to work, man. That ain't nothing. I done did that shit before. Or it might be a situation they might call and tell you something that you've seen before, and you may have to call and say, well, you didn't tell us about this. We discovered you got an infestation. We need to charge you more. So you do got to get dirty. You got to learn that business, big dog.
Yeah, he's absolutely correct. Even with loading the truck, like he said, you got to take that stuff to the dump. So, I've had some guys who didn't really know how to load the truck, and you need to put as much on there as possible. You're not trying to make 3, 4, drops at the dump, because you're getting charged for that. So all of that matters. And like the last one we did, it was like 12 tires in the backyard. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be where you're just hands off. I mean, I'm going in to bid it, and I got to make sure that it's done correctly, that there's nothing left in there at all. So
They charge you more
but
for them
again,
tires too. That's why she said that.
yep,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
that regular waste is one thing. Tires and construction equipment is different. Them tires is expensive because it's hard to dispose of that shit. So they charge you more for them tires. See, you wouldn't know that unless you know the business. So that's why you got to go in there and do this shit. So, but it's good money. You're not gonna make 5,000 every day, depending on how uh, at scale or not at scale your business is. But you get those big clean out jobs, it can get up there. So, Ty Mac, he left. I guess he yeah. Ty Mac left. The kitchen got kind of hot, so he just took the first opportunity he could dip on up out of here. So I knew that was gonna happen when he got real quiet, but man, I just think he needed to hear it. So hopefully if he's still watching, man, do what's in the best interest, man, of your business, man. started a business, go above and beyond to make sure the business is successful. All right, any other topics before we wrap it up? I'll do one more topic and then I gotta get to the gym.
Mark, I'm gonna send you a message on the Discord.
Who, me?
Yes, sir. I just had a question about my invoicing. I wanted you to give it a glance over.
All right, yeah, you can send it to me. Any other topics anybody want to discuss? Yes, no, maybe so. I see Byron unmuted. No, 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 no. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap up. This concludes. The people in the Discord, you guys can stay in the Discord and kick it if you want. I'm gonna close out YouTube. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. First episode of Trucking Panel, something that I'm gonna probably be doing, a new show where we just gonna have truckers on a panel talking trucking, box trucking, cargo van, semi trucking. I got a lot of everybody subscribes to my channel. I got semi truckers, I got cargo van people, I got box truckers, cargo van, everybody. So something that we're gonna do maybe once a week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until the next episode, I'm out. Peace.